into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. And I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beautiful human beings, and I suppose the pets that are watching up early as well. We love you all, and all of you are welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is going to be a cracker of the show. Good morning, my name is Graham Richards.
My name is Jamie Domberg. Welcome to Thursday here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you're tuning with all things entertainment, then you have tuned into the right show. We're going to gearing you up to keep you informed, entertained for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, of course, a big awards season going on locally and internationally at the moment. And of course, we're going to catch up with Aubrey Poor from The Estate. Recently won massive at the Royalty Soapy Awards.
Then, of course, the Global Citizen Concert is set to happen this weekend. So set your reminders for that. But can you even wait to hear the lineup? I don't think everyone is ready for what is about to take place.
Dreamt last night.
Oh, here we go.
That I was with Beyonce's sister and her niece over their birthday for some reason. So maybe it was a premonition. Maybe something is just going to happen. I don't know.
I think we need to start getting a dream translator, because first you dreamt you were Cyril Ramaphosa.
Yeah.
Then
I couldn't find a suit.
And you couldn't find a suit. Now you're dreaming that you're hanging out with Beyonce, and it's all stars, and
yeah,
it's all celebrities.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know what that says about my self-opinion, but hopefully it's a premonition. We will be connecting with global superstars thanks to the Global Citizen Concert. But of course, it's an opportunity for all of us to be activated citizens of the world. So we cannot wait to find out more about that. But someone who I think would have been really comfortable in my dream last night, because he is part of the Beehive. Undoubtedly, a very good morning, Mr. Debiso.
Oh, Graham is such a big dreamer. Oh, man. Good morning, South Africa. Yes, Thabiso Makubela here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are charged up and we're live here on S3. And it's all about soapies today. We're asking the question. I mean, we've all got our favorite soapy actor of all time. And the question is on Facebook, who is your favorite soapy character? Not actor, soapy character of all time. I can think of so many. Generations. Ntsiki Lukele. Hey, Sharelle de Villiers, Isidingo. Man, we're going to be seeing some really interesting ones coming through. Please get them through to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show. We're getting the show on the road, and before we do that, though, let's find out what's happening in and around our world with the news.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabsy. I'll start with those national news first. Now, the University of Cape Town's Senate has voted overwhelmingly to make vaccines mandatory from next year. However, the final decision on whether to adopt this policy lies with UCT's council. The vote took place yesterday afternoon with 183 votes in favor, 32 against, and 5 abstentions. The motion is expected to go before council after stakeholder engagements. And then meanwhile, the Constitutional Court yesterday ruled that the University of South Africa, UNISA, has to change its language policy to include teaching and learning in Afrikaans. It said that UNISA had failed to demonstrate that it's not reasonably practicable to continue with Afrikaans as a language of instruction. This after UNISA's decision in 2016 to adopt a new language policy and discontinue Afrikaans as a language of learning and teaching. Some 20% of UNISA's students are Afrikaans speaking. On the international front, African parks have received one of the largest ever donations for conservation in Africa. The Rob and Melanie Walton Foundation in the US has pledged $100 million to bolster Africa's target of protecting 30% of the continent by assisting with park management. This endowment will help in expanding African parks' impact in managing 30 parks over the next decade, preserving a significant portion of Africa's biodiversity for the benefit of local communities. Now, these include the Odzala Cacao National Park in the Republic of Congo and Iona National Park in Angola. And then staying on the international front, a heated debate has erupted on social media over the qualifications and experience of the new head of Kabul University in Afghanistan. The Taliban has announced that Mohammad Ashraf Gairat will replace highly acclaimed Dr. Osman Babori, who was appointed chancellor in May last year. Gairat holds a degree in journalism and worked as a journalist for a short time before joining the Taliban. The Taliban have made a request for speaking rights at the UN General Assembly and have nominated their Doha-based spokesperson, Sohail Shaheen, as UN ambassador. And then finally, elephants in poor condition rescued from a riding school. Now, from Thailand comes the heartwarming story of Chaba, born in a tiny enclosure at an elephant riding camp in that country. Her mother, Bunma, was forced to do daily shows to entertain tourists. Then rescuers of Save Elephant Foundation stepped in. Chaba and her mother were in a small concrete pen, void of any enrichment, and the mother on a short chain. They were both in poor health and needed urgent intervention. Both were subsequently rescued and moved to a sanctuary of the foundation where Chaba was given her first bath. Everyone was pleasantly surprised by the look of pure delight on then 4-month-old baby elephant's face. She joyously splashed around in the water, but every few minutes ran to mom for reassurance. Nowadays, she's absolutely crazy about spending time in the splash pool. She and her mom are enjoying a life of freedom, socializing with other elephants, foraging for food, and rolling around and cavorting in mud puddles. However, there's nothing Chaba loves more than her splash pool. On that feel-good note, that is where I wrap up your 6 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Here's Graham with the first look at the sports.
Ah, you go, Chaba, while we all dry our eyes. Let's get into a little cricketing news, and really positive news at that. The Maribone Cricket Club says the term batsman has now been amended to the gender-neutral term batter in the laws of cricket to stress the importance of the women's game. Now, the women's game has grown massively over the last few years. Team South Africa are a part of that new identity. England beating India in the 2017 Women's World Cup final in front of a capacity crowd at Lord's, while the Women's World T20 final between Australia and India last year attracted more than 80,000 to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The MCC, which is the sole authority on the laws of cricket since it was founded back in 1787, saying the changes are effective immediately. Then on to rugby news. Eddie Jones has confirmed that the 2023 World Cup will be his final campaign as England coach. It is the first time Jones has indicated that he'll step down after the tournament in France, saying that the next 2 years are the last chapter for him. The 61-year-old was appointed back in 2015 after England crashed out in the group stages of their home World Cup. He has taken the team to 3 Six Nations titles and the final of the 2019 World Cup final in Japan, of course, where they lost out to the Springboks. Then on to soccer news. Following Al Ahly's Egyptian Super Cup loss on Tuesday, club president Mahmoud Al Khatib has ordered almost everyone in the club to be fined, including the coaches, players, and the director of football. Peter Mosamane's team lost 3-2 on penalties to Al Gaish and have subsequently been fined over 280,000 rand each for the disappointing performance in the match. Now, the Egyptian side made the statement public and added that the administrative staff and even the medical staff would also be subjected to a fine that is relative to their respective salaries. And on to tennis. Former world number 1 Simona Halep has split with longtime coach Darren Cahill. Now, Cahill helped her reach world number 1 and won 2 Grand Slam titles. The Australian took a break from working with Halep in 2019 for family reasons, but remained in touch with her during the year's Wimbledon triumph, where she beat Serena Williams in that final. The pair reunited in 2020, but were largely kept apart by the COVID-19 pandemic and Halep's calf injury that ruled her out of this year's Roland Garros and Wimbledon. The 29-year-old is currently ranked 14th after losing in the last 16 at the most recent US Open. We'll touch on all of those headlines again in about an hour or so. It's the start of a brand new day, so let's set the tone right now and get the weather update and a bit of a global weather perspective as well.
Thank you very much, Graham. Yes, indeed. Weather and climate, a big global conversation at the moment. The US, in fact, is to double climate finance support to aid low-income nations. President Joe Biden said that the country would increase the support from $5.7 billion to $11.2 billion annually by 2024 to help least developed nations adapt to climate change and shift to clean energy. Now, the funding would help achieve a global goal of $100 billion per year to support climate action in vulnerable countries by 2020. Now, addressing the 76th session of the UN General Assembly in New York for the very first time as US President, he said that making this investment wasn't just good climate policy, but was also a chance for each country to invest in itself and the future. Developing countries have been urging industrialized nations to offer financial assistance to help them both rapidly adopt clean energy technologies, enabling them to avoid the use of fossil fuels and bolster their defenses against the impacts of climate change and, of course, from the sea level rise to extreme heat. Now, yesterday, you didn't hold back. We reported on the harvest moon and received some stunning photos from viewers who have a passion for photography. Oh, they were beautiful. Clearly a talent, too, and capturing a good photo of the moon is no easy feat. I can tell you that for free. But Louise G. Sherry was the first to share these two spectacular photos. Take a look at that. We can only marvel at the beauty. We also got one from Jason Sebastian from Delportshoop, Northern Cape, also who managed to take the stunning shot. What a beautiful way to really have spent your evening. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. In fact, we do want to see your sunrise photos and see how you're waking up this morning. Get those through to our Facebook page with that hashtag Expresso Show. And now we take a look at the temperatures across the country, starting off with sunny Polokwane. 8 is your low today, reaching a high of 24. If you're out in Mbombela, sun and clouds, 12 and 24. The capital city, Pretoria, sunny times for you today, 12 and 25. That's your high, with some sun out for Johannesburg today, 12. That's your low, reaching a high of 23. Mahikeng starts off at 13 degrees, peaking at 27 degrees, with Klerksdorp coming in at 11 and 28. Kimberley, you'll start off at 14, peaking at 29, with sun and clouds for Bloemfontein today. 9 is your low, reaching a high of 26. Richards Bay, 17 and 26, with Pietermaritzburg at sun and clouds. Less rain today, 13, reaching a high of 28. The warmest place to be, Durban, 18 is your low today, reaching a high of 24, with Mthatha coming in at 9 and 32. East London, 15, that's your low, reaching highs of 29, with Craddock at 6 and 33. Gqeberha, 13, that's your low, reaching a high of 29, with George at 10 and 26. If you're out in the mother city, Cape Town today, 14 is your low, reaching a high of 20, with Worcester coming in with some sun and clouds today, 8, reaching a high of 27. 2, that's your start, Sutherland, and you will peak at 24, with last, certainly not least, Uppington. You will start off at 12 and peak at a high of 33 degrees. Well, it's looking like a really good day across the country. Do take those sunrise pictures, get them through to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3.
It's definitely going to be a feel-good kind of share, and I can tell you this for free because Lungi Naidu is with us. She's a singer, she's a songwriter, and she is here with a brand new EP called Courage, and she's going to be chatting all about that in just a minute.
Yeah, come on, baby, come on. We've had some amazing artists this week, and we just can't continue on that trend. Then who doesn't like a beautiful little chicken and corn combo in a crispy samosa? We're going to be whipping that up just for you in just a moment. Stick around. A jam-packed show on the way, so you don't want to miss a second.
Care is bringing passion to everything you do.
Proving good taste and good values go hand in hand.
Care is what goes into every single cup of Nespresso.
Made with care.
Hecho con cuidado.
Nespresso. What else?
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Thursday. It's time to meet our performer for the day. Now, she was born in KZN to an Indian mother and a Zulu dad. Singer and songwriter Lungi Naidu has always broken the mold of conventionality. After an extended hiatus from the music industry, she is making her return with a big splash as a new EP, Courage, drops tomorrow on Heritage Day. Before we get chatting, since we're in the business of making people feel good, let's hear some of her single called Feel Good.
Wherever I go, no matter how low, I always got a most high blessing my flow. In every battle, I win the fight though, and this is a revival. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Thank God for the rhythm and the dance and the power in my stance. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Give praise in abundance. God's plan can be undone. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good.
I feel good.
We should be the backup dancers for this, eh?
Man,
We should.
can we actually hijack the song and make it the theme song for this show?
Done.
I feel good, I feel good, I feel good.
Eh.
Maybe for Fridays. On Fridays, we open with, I mean, that's a stunning song. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Lungi, here's the thing, right? Lungi is a Zulu name.
Right.
And I think everybody knows that. Naidu isn't quite the Zulu surname. It's not very common in the Zulu regions.
No.
It's such an interesting mix, but I think that there's a story behind it, and it's sort of influenced the way that you create your music, the way that you approach your storytelling. Tell us more about that.
So Lungi Naidu, my mom is Zulu and my dad is Indian. I think my dad just loved those Zulu girls. So they hooked up and in the apartheid era, and they were not allowed to be together, but they fought for this love and made 5 babies and got married post-apartheid, and here we are today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful babies.
Beautiful
clearly,
babies,
right? I
yes.
mean, look at the hair.
Everything.
Hey?
Everything about
darling,
it.
it's
The
laid
edges
like
are
a
laid.
magical carpet.
Listen, I want to talk about your brand new EP called Courage. Obviously, you took a bit of a break from the music industry to
Right.
find yourself, find your sound. What was the inspiration to coming back, you know, this time bigger and better with that EP, Courage?
Oh, love, I've been in the industry for so long, and at one point, I just wanted to give up. And I was like, why am I doing this? This thing is not working. You know, let me just go get a job because I need to pay rent. I need to take care of my daughter. And I took some time out just to regroup, to really find out why did I even leave home to Johannesburg to start singing. And I think that's the truest space I've ever been in, because I had to face the little girl that I was and who left this farm and went to Johannesburg. And I got to a point where I was singing because I loved music, not because I wanted fame or wanted the money. I just loved music so much. And when I got to that point, that's when I decided that, okay, I'm getting older now. The industry might not want abokoko, so let me just do this for me.
Yeah.
So this EP, I really had to be courageous to do it because I was scared that I won't be accepted, number one. The sound might not be accepted, and because I tried so many times before, you know, but I'm happy that I took the
done.
courage.
You can see
How,
it.
how did you break away from the fear? And I often want to find out from artists who say, I was so scared and it was nerve-wracking. How did you break off of that?
Oh my God, it lives with you. It lives with you every time you have to go on stage, every time you're in the studio, every time you have to put new music out, you're scared to see how are they going to receive it.
Yeah.
You know, because you put your heart into it. But what I've learned is if I can be true to myself, if I can do what I want to do, how I want to do it, and just put it out there, then it's fine because I loved it first and I'm okay with it. So if people receive it or not, Mina, I'm good.
It's made with love. And
Yeah.
so we connect with it with love.
Yeah.
We are receiving all of this, like Uncle Tabs said. Now we are going to change the song, the theme song, to Feel Good, because it is a
Girl,
banger. The
Alena.
visuals. Take us through the inspiration behind this one, Feel Good.
Feel Good is a song produced by Guilty Beats, and I've got to say this, Guilty Beats worked with Beyonce, and when I got the song and I was like, I've always wanted to work with him. He's a producer from Ghana, and I've always wanted to collaborate with producers outside of South Africa. And when I got this song, I was like, this song speaks to everything I've been through and where I am right now. I don't have the money, I don't have the clothes, but I'm putting it out there. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm
Yes.
thanking God in advance.
Manifest.
So I'm manifesting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that this song came to me at a time in my life where I was present. So I put it out, we did the visuals for it, and Anna, who was from Butterfly Films, was like, I want to write about a butterfly. I want the video to speak about metamorphosis and how a butterfly goes through those stages and finally flies.
This is beautiful. So you've collaborated with Beyonce's producer, and you're here, and I can smell you, which means actually it's like I'm smelling Beyonce, right? Because, I mean,
Hush,
surely
hush,
there's like
hush,
aura,
hush.
transfusions, and all of that. But let's talk about creating this. I mean, it was a big task for you. You had to do all of this via Zoom
Yes.
during lockdown and COVID-19, connecting with people in London, Lagos, Cape Town, and God knows where else. How was that? How did you breathe life into it?
It was hard, but now I know that anybody in South Africa, no matter where in South Africa you are, can connect to anybody in the world. You just have to put yourself out there and reach out to people. The Zoom calls were hard, but amazing, because we wrote the entire EP over Zoom. And
Wow.
right, London, my executive producer is in London, and the other producer is in Nigeria. But we did it. We did it.
You did it. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. So bright, so early. We can't wait to see you perform. Yes, everybody, Lungi Night is here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. She has 3 performances coming your way, so don't go anywhere.
I feel good, I feel good, I feel good.
I feel good.
Oh, man, a KZN girl at heart. Even if she has gone global, Lungi knows that almost no menu in Durbs is complete without the presence of the famous samosa.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy, the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
This is a winner. Crispy golden samosas with a fragrant, creamy, I stress creamy, curried chicken filling are the ultimate snack and the perfect appetizer recipe, and they are great for those in-between main meals moments, or maybe you want to eat enough of them to make it a main meal. Today, we're going to show you how to stir up and cheer up with these delights in just a few simple steps. I am hoping, because Teresa's going to be guiding us through this. I'm always nervous when we are working with this kind of flaky pastry. But this is a great flavor profile,
Yes.
a wonderful combination. I love the chicken and sweet corn combos, is ideal.
Perfect,
Beautiful.
yeah.
And now we're going to cream it up a little bit.
Yeah, we are. And we've got some lovely spices as well. So let's get going.
All about those aromatics.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so oil in the pan, and we are going to be using chicken mince. You could mix it up, of course. And you're just going to brown that off in your pan. Nice and easy.
The nice thing about the chicken mince being quite lean, it cooks quite quickly.
It does, yeah.
But it also, I think that's where kind of jazzing up the mixture a little bit, because it can become quite dry.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry a huge amount of fat, so to use our fennel is a nice way to kind of spruce it up a little bit.
Totally. It's going to add that richness, creaminess, and prevent the filling from drying out. So it's brilliant. I mean, who knew? You can use it in cooking, baking.
No,
It's
there is
amazing.
nothing that we have not used it in. It's almost like now I want to set them the challenge of coming up with dishes that it would seem impossible, and,
Yes.
and we will find a way.
We will
But
find
it
a
really
way.
does add just a depth of, as you say, like a creaminess, a texture.
Yes.
Beautiful flavor profile.
Absolutely. Right, so salt and pepper goes in, and then we've got some spring onions.
Okay.
Love
Again, a
that.
perfect kind of flavor combo.
Yes, and then we've got some cumin. This is one of my favorite spices. So lovely and warming. Some turmeric and some chili flakes, just to give it a bit of a punch.
And this is kind of like a stock standard samosa flavor profile. You could probably take this if you wanted to go all veg. You could go that route.
Yes, yeah, I mean, you could switch it out. You could do mushrooms or something like that. Do a vegetarian vibe. That would be great. Okay, and then what we've got here is some parboiled potatoes that we've cubed.
Okay.
So it's just going to be a little bit quicker to cook if you parboil them first. And then our sweet corn. So as you said, this flavor combination is quite a classic, the
Yeah, it's
chicken
a
and sweet
perfect
corn,
balance,
but
yeah.
really delicious. And now we're going to add our cremel into this mixture. So I'm just going to mix it into a little bit of water just to help dissolve it.
Okay, because there is still a fair bit of moisture in the mixture.
Yeah.
But you really don't want it to clump. You want it to be liberally
pour a little
spread
bit
out.
in.
Just
There we go. So about 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to mix that in. Nice and simple. And then you just want to cook this until the potato is cooked through.
okay.
So just use a sharp knife to check. Whoops. And it's as easy as that.
You want that textural difference. You want the center
Yeah.
to be nice and soft so that the outside is
Exactly.
extra crispy.
That's right. And just pour that in.
Beautiful.
There we go. Nice and simple.
Delicious and
So
creamy.
Oh, lovely. So you're just going to let that cook all the way through and then let it cool before you pop it into your pastry.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
I feel like we should have that as like a disclaimer. Just let it cool, please. Do your fingers and do the
Just
pastry
chill.
a favor, yeah. And what I love, using the crumel in this curried chicken filling keeps it moist, as we said, because that chicken can dry out a little bit, prevents the filling from drying out completely, which is wonderful. Crumel is more than just a coffee and tea creamer. I'm going to have that emblazoned on a T-shirt. It can also be used in baking and in cooking to bring out the rich and creamy taste of so many dishes. It just elevates things. Simply mix clover crumel with a dash of water first, as Teresa's just done. Then you can add a beautiful creamy texture to your white sauce, your creamy pasta dishes, any kind of pie filling. We've used it with some amazing pie combos. And of course, the samosa and clover crumel is the only creamer with real milk powder, which is why it has that beautiful, authentic, creamier taste.
All right.
Okay, so the first gamble here is cool. You've
What are we
actually
gonna
done
get?
well. Well done. Because it's a bit of a daunting thing when you
Sometimes-
open it up and then it's already all flaky and
Don't always know what you're going to get. So we're using phyllo pastry. Just remember to defrost your phyllo in the fridge overnight. So you need to
Okay.
think ahead a little bit.
plan it out
Just
so it can
to-
all come together quickly and simply.
Exactly. So I'm
and
just
why the
gonna cut
phyllo?
this-
Because I understand it. I heard you mention samosa pastry specifically. So why the phyllo pastry for these creations?
Just going to add a lovely crunch. It's going to work beautifully with this recipe. And
Because
I
you've got
love
the
that.
layers, hey, so that they'll all little individual layers will crisp up individually.
I'm going to give you one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that crispy texture and then the soft filling is just absolutely gorgeous.
I like how I've got my own crumel station here. Like I can just,
Oh, yes,
just
you
in
can-
case I wanted any.
You can, so what,
Yeah.
what that is actually flour and water. So you can whisk that together. That's going to be the glue that holds our samosa together.
Okay, brilliant.
But you can use melted butter as well.
How much water? All of it?
So you want a thick paste, so
Okay,
maybe
so
just a little bit at a time.
Cool.
And then this is our filling that we cooked a little bit earlier. Looks absolutely delicious. So now you always want to overstuff these things, and the temptation is to put loads and loads of filling, but just a tablespoon or two will be fine.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that smells delicious.
How's a little bit more?
Breakfast samosa.
I know. Well, it wouldn't be the strangest thing we've had for breakfast on this show. How's that looking?
Yeah,
All right?
that looks good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Right,
pop
so
a little bit of our.
a little bit of the
just
mixture
a little
there.
bit.
I'm
Cool.
going to put a little bit of our paste on the side. And then this is the fun part. You can just maybe get the family to help you. Ooh. There we go.
Good luck with
Could be
that one.
messy.
Yeah, no, I love the fact that I've got marble tabletops and
Easy cleanup.
yeah, I literally sit my 4-year-old on. So do I line the?
So you want to fold the top corner down diagonally, so you get a little triangle,
Okay, I'm
and then
just
your
doing
filling's
that.
inside, and then you're just going to flip it over and just keep going.
All right.
And
Well,
then
as
use your
we
paste to glue it together.
and then we just keep
Just
flip,
keep
fold,
going.
and repeat, and then we pop these into
we've got our
our
ready-made
boiling
ones
oil.
into the
And
oil.
how do you know when it? Well, I suppose the filling's cooked, so you
The
just it
filling's
just needs
cooked.
to be nice and crisp.
It needs
yeah?
to be golden and crispy. So a couple of minutes, just keep an eye on it. And then serve fresh with a bit of a dipping sauce, and you're all
Absolutely
sorted.
beautiful, and I'm telling you, you're going to love that combination of flavors, but also the textural elements, the creamy center and the crispy outside. So here's the thing, we want to hear from you. Tell us on our socials how you use crumel to stir up and cheer up. We've given you a multitude of ideas on the show, and we could be sending you a hamper, so please stir up and cheer up even more. And if you missed any of the steps on how to make this much-loved snack, one of the best in the business, watch this space for a little recap.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
The rich taste that says you've arrived. Uyigakara. Living a life of illusion. Leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still live here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time for, you know, something different, some fashion inspiration this morning. Now, Jacinda Wilder once said, a friend is like a good bra. Hard to find, comfortable, supportive, always lifts you up, never lets you down or leaves you hanging, and is always close to your heart. Now, fashion and beauty editor Knox Mafu is giving us the lowdown on how to get the best support for our fashion looks this summer, and it all starts with the bra.
Yes.
Yes, Mama.
Yes.
Love this for
From
us.
inside out. That's how. Good support, good life.
You don't have to tell me anything. Obviously, I'm quite big-chested,
Yes.
so I know what a good bra does for you.
Absolutely.
Woolies has changed the game. Let me start right there. They cater for everyone. For me, with a big chest up to
Yes.
G,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But what goes into finding a good bra that fits you perfectly?
It is a science. I think most women, literally across the country, are probably sitting there wearing the wrong size bra. It's one of those things that I think we don't have enough education around, but it's so important to find something that's comfortable, that fits well, and definitely will help you with good posture, will help you with good support, and of course, embracing your silhouette. So even if you're an A cup, up to a G, there is no reason why you shouldn't enjoy good comfort. And as you said, Woolworths is really, really taking the lead here, as they've always been industry leaders with bras and underwear. But it's about really bringing in that seamless, really, you know, that fashion of like seamless bras and underwear that's got microfibers that allow you to really feel like it's intrinsic to your body. And so with the nude range and the intrinsic range, there is such a big focus on comfort and support, as you can see.
And even though it's underwear, I don't know if you're the same, but there's something sexy about wearing a good bra under the clothes you're wearing. You just feel confident, the posture you have, it just sits different with you.
It sits different. And you know what? There is such a different fit for any kind of outfit you have. I think often we can just slap on the bra that we know is comfortable, that knows our chest very well, and that's it. But I think for different outfits, you definitely need a different type of support, depending on the kind of silhouette you're going for. So there really is so much to choose from, and I encourage everyone to run to store right now, well, after this segment, and to make sure that they can just explore, because there's so many fits to choose from, and it's truly exciting.
Run with a good bra and then get an even better bra once you're in store.
Yes.
There's obviously different styles, lots of essentials for different looks. Take us through some of those looks.
Sure. So here's, like, we can kick off with one of my favorite. This is kind of from the nude range, which is really great. Comes in beautiful, rich colors that are close to nude, and this is in a soft pink, and this is called the Comfort Bra. And this is wonderful because it's got a slight padding, but it's got a non-wire, which is great. I love things that don't have wire, just because I feel, I don't know, I just really like to have a bit of a lighter feel.
Freedom as well.
Exactly. So this is the Comfort Fit, which comes in beautiful colors. And then we've got the Bandeau, which comes with the nude range, available in beautiful sets. I kid you not, which is shapewear and also your every kind of underwear. Seamless, with also padding that you could take out if you wanted to, but really comfortable. Also great for outfits where you're going to show a little bit of shoulder.
I was going to say, I'll put a blazer over this and be good to go.
Yes, exactly.
That is it.
This is the thing, is that intimate wear is such a fashion statement right now. Honestly, you could cheat it and look good. But then, of course, we've got the classic, which is the T-shirt bra, which is always great for just giving you that rounded support. It molds in a T-shirt.
For the cleavage.
For the cleavage, you know.
It's summer.
Exactly. It's the T-shirt, but we've also got the push-up, right? And that we know will give you that extra bounce that you need. But the T-shirt bra, whether it's in a cotton or the microfiber, there's always a bit of a plunge, obviously, to make way for your T-shirt, whatever cut that it is, that it can do so wonderfully. Then we've got the non-padded T-shirt bra, which is also really exciting. I actually really love that, and we've got one of our models in that. And of course, your detachable bras, which is also great. So there's just so many to choose from. Like, even now, I could go on and on. But these are some of the exciting ones that are coming up, from comfort to your T-shirt support, to also your classic push-up, and of course, your detachable straps for people who are on the move and need to have different kind of arrangements depending on what they're wearing.
Yeah, because when you use it throughout summer.
Exactly.
I think it's time we bring in the models. We can show everybody, show them Zanzi, what we're talking about when we're talking about good support, good, comfortable bra underwear. Look at that.
So, you know, athleisure is the one, so I will never leave that out. So this is kind of a mix of athleisure, and what I love about this is that she's wearing the non-wired T-shirt bra. Now, you would think that, oh my gosh, you can't wear this with things like athleisure, but it's such great support. She looks great. She's, you know, there's still definition, and really that feminine feel is definitely there. So I really love it for her, and it fits well. So no matter what top she were to wear, if she were to even change the top, the support is there. And so you can move from a sports bra to something like this for your everyday errands. And I think she looks great and beautifully supported.
And I like that the straps are quite thin as well, so you can wear it under a T-shirt if you are going to gym, but it still has the support that's needed when you are in the gym.
Absolutely. So it's one of those things. I mean, you might not want to perform in it because it is kind of a non-wire. But I mean, I enjoy it. I'm someone who really enjoys something that doesn't have a wire, but there is a bit of a definition, and there is that soft padding in there. So for me, this is a win.
And we always talk about breathable materials as well, so 100%. It's also great if you're going for a hike or walk. We have another model in as well.
Yes.
And tell us all about this one.
And she's wearing our bandeau set, which is from this one over here. And these ones are really great because she could take out the padding. And as you can see, Abu's got a bigger chest, so this also caters to a different size. And I love the range that we can express over here. Express.
Abu was just feeling herself. I was like, yes, I'm serving you guys.
You know what I mean? And that's what's important. important. Comfort brings confidence, and I think that's a really, really important part of it. And I think that this outfit, no matter where she goes, she's got that comfort, and her breasts are looking incredible and supported.
I can't help, but I was just literally staring at the model's boobs the entire time. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies.
You,
Thank you so much, Knox, as
Yes.
always, coming through for the support for the girls.
Yes, there's no reason why we shouldn't be well supported.
She is the girl who she thinks she is. Now, of course, there are so many options to choose from, but you can shop this collection and more at Woolies and get the support you need to go out with confidence this summer. Of course, this is available in-store, online, or on the Woolies app. Well, now that we have the bra sorted, it is time for a fitness workout on this Thursday. High-intensity interval training, HIIT training, is a form of interval training that is made up of short periods of intense exercise with less intense recovery periods until too exhausted to continue, and I can vouch for this. Now, these workouts provide improved athletic capacity and conditioning, as well as contribute to improved metabolism. Now, fitness trainer Masi is going to be taking us through some of these workouts this morning. Masi, I'm already sweating.
You're definitely going to sweat after this.
I know this, I know. HIIT is so good for you though, because what it does is it pushes your body for a good 30 seconds, and when you are resting, that's actually when you're burning the most calories.
Yes, that's all you're looking for all the time. You want your heart rate to be up. You don't want the average heart rate. I always say, people, just keep your heart rate between 85% to 90% of your maximum heart rate if you're doing a high-intensity training, interval training. Okay, that's all you need, okay? Rather than
Should I be scared?
Not at all.
Not at all? So
Not
this
at all.
everyone can do. Follow along. Mzansi Masi is taking us through the workout. What is our first step to this HIIT training?
The first step, one thing you just need to remember, we need a one standard-based movement, which is today I chose mountain climbers, right? Okay, so you need to do mountain climbers for 30 seconds, right? That's gonna be our cardio movement for today. You can choose any. Some guys hate doing mountain climbers. You enjoy skipping, choose skipping.
Choose whatever works for you. Make it fun.
Okay, there we go. So the first movement, we're gonna do push-ups between 12 to 16 repetitions, okay? And then we do 30 seconds mountain climbers. Okay, are we good?
Let's get into the first one. So push-ups. Can I do the girl push-ups?
Okay. It's not girl push-ups, but we can do it.
The easy one?
Okay.
Here we go.
So maybe you focus on a negative push-up. I'll focus on a normal push-up, standard push-up.
Wow, the negative for me.
So negative,
I was actually...
anyone can do it.
So
you're only focusing on going down.
Got it.
And let it go and push yourself back up.
Got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Are we ready?
And
3, 2, 1, and go.
We go.
Down, push up.
Boom. Try to keep your back nice and straight. You know, exhale out as you push out. Okay?
And the focus is on the arms, correct?
Yes.
For this one?
Try to make sure that your elbows are pointing backwards. That'll be a good one.
But also using the floor, because people forget that pushing up means pushing away as well. So use the floor as your base to push away.
There we go.
And get the arms strong.
Give me the last one.
Last one.
All right. Now we need to do
the mountain climbers.
Let's go.
30 seconds into that mountain climbers.
That's a nice standard one. If you want to, you can push it to advanced one.
I'm not trying to show off on TV, yeah. I will keep it to the standard one. Marcy, you do that. If you're advanced, you follow Marcy. If you are trying to modify, you can just stick around with me.
Up. There we go.
Keep that heart rate up.
3, 2, 1, and we bring it back up.
Bring it back.
Okay. We're doing an upper body workout. Now we're doing a lower body. So we're just gonna do a squat back up.
Nice, beautiful squat.
Okay. Make sure that you keep your knees behind your toes all the time. All right?
Sitting down.
Yes.
Toilet.
Gonna focus on your quads all the time. Push that drive. Try to keep your upper body nice and upright. Okay. Try not to lean forward.
Got it.
Do it at all. Okay.
And squeeze, don't forget to squeeze.
Especially ladies, you know, you guys love to squeeze all the time. I get it all the time. Masi, wanna just work around here.
Masi,
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the side eye. I'm gonna give you the side eye because the women in the studio is looking at you like,
One
stop
more.
talking. Stop talking.
We need to go back to our cardio movement.
Back to the cardio movement. Back to mountain climbers.
Yes.
30 seconds.
There we
Let's go.
Push it.
Push it. Woo. Woo. Already feeling that heart rate.
Yes.
That is the point of this, is to get that heart rate up and pumping.
There we go.
And burn those calories. Here we go.
Almost there. Push it up. 3,
2,
1. Remember, we're focusing on the lower body. Now it's an upper body back. We're back on the upper body. We'll be on the floor. We do the rain rows. So I want you, when you focus on the renegade rows, I want you to keep your back nice and straight. You can still be on your knees, okay? But right there, which is you're focusing all your core workout. From there, you squeeze your back. Squeeze.
This is called renegades, right?
Yes.
Okay. So while we continue to keep our heart rate up, Marcia is still with us. You can connect with him on his socials, but we'll see you after this. Keep pumping. Woo. Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3. Look, when you see us in the kitchen, you know it's time for some inspiration. But I've got a question for you. Are you tired? Are you moeg, ukatele, of always braying the same thing? Well, it's time for you to level up your braai game with this harissa and lamb tagine with creamy mealy rice and honey-basted pot bread. Oh yes, it's guaranteed to knock your socks off. I promise you. And Chef Clem's going to show us how to do just that. Knock everybody's socks off. Heritage Day, which is the perfect excuse for a good braai.
Right. Yeah. So this dish would be amazing in a potjie pot. Because potjie is amazing.
Because you can throw.
And you just layer things in.
Yeah.
And then you take your time, you talk, you catch up.
Yeah.
And while you're busy doing your thing, everything just cooks by itself on the coals.
Over time.
So imagine coals right now.
Yeah.
You've got something in your hand there. What's that?
If there's ice in it, I've put some garnish in it.
It's water.
But I'm not telling you what it is.
It's water.
It looks
Okay.
like Sprite, but it's not.
So, so let's start. Okay, we're gonna do a beautiful lamb tagine.
Okay.
Like a lamb potjie. Okay. We're gonna use this amazing free-range leg of lamb chops.
I love you for it already. Yes. Yes,
South
sir.
Africans, we
Yes,
love our land.
we love
eh?
it. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, first thing, we're going to get that into the pot. We're going to start browning it.
Okay.
And when we say free range, at
What
Woolies,
does that really mean? It means you mean it.
we mean it. The animals roam the fields and the velds.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is it's free from routine antibiotics. And growth promoters. So you know what's in your food and what's not in your food.
Yes.
That's the difference,
know
absolutely.
what you're getting. There are no funny surprises there. You're doing that and you're
Yes.
setting that up, and I see you've already got some stuff laid out here for me. What's my job here this morning?
You're going to make us a potbrood.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So-
see, we've got some Eureka Mills potbrood today.
it's got the
quite
leaven-
easy to mix, right?
It's already the mix is in there, so the leavening agent's in there, the yeast is in there. You just need to add water, and that's it.
All right.
Okay, it's nice and easy, nice and simple. You know, we've got a saying at Woolies now. It's make it sizzle, make it Woolies. Can you hear that sizzle?
Oh, yeah?
Can you-
It's coming through. It's
coming through. Okay.
So I'm adding some water onto this, right?
Yes. And then all you're going to do is you're going to stir it
All right.
and make a nice dough for me, okay? When last did you have a potjie?
What's a potjie? Is it like something cooked in a pot? Like pot, pot, potjie? Small pot. Potjie. It is, right?
You know those black cast iron pots with the 3 legs?
The 3 foot.
Okay?
Yeah?
And what you put inside, and then you put it on the bride, you put the food in, and you put the lid on. Potjie.
I thought so, but that's what I was saying now.
If this was an island, we would vote him off right now.
Hey, I've got diplomatic immunity.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
man.
Potjie. Okay.
Okay,
we know
I
now.
have had a potjie when I visited my grandmother recently last month, so definitely, yes. Thank you for the
My
potjie.
live meters like ding, 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 ding. Okay. No, but it's fine. You're learning.
Yeah.
And the more you learn about South Africa. What country are you from?
Hammanskraal.
From the country of Hammanskraal. Okay, okay, I love it. I love it. I love it.
okay.
You light up my day. Absolutely, my day is made. Okay, so we want to add some salt to your lamb now. Atabiso.
No. I got it right. I did say it's something you
Yes,
cook
you
in a
did.
pot.
Okay, onions going in.
Yeah.
We're going to add some garlic. This is when
Yeah.
you start layering in the flavors.
Yeah?
Okay. Then, let's talk about flavor. We're going to go with some Marissa, a nice chili.
I see you've got quite a... It packs a strong flavor punch, this dish.
It does, it does. It's very aromatic. And the longer you cook it, the more aromatic it's going to get.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add some Moroccan tagine spice.
Oh,
okay?
beautiful.
This is so fragrant, so delicious. Talking about aromatic, this is the one, okay?
Also, really, that's where you really are stepping up and leveling up in terms of your braai flavors that you're used to. You're switching them up, right?
Switch it up, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to go in. And already you can smell the flavor coming out that pot. Then let's go with some harissa paste. Harissa paste is delicious, okay? It's warm, it's aromatic again. It's got the roasted peppers in there, roasted chilies in there.
I can already get the aromas coming through. I'm
Yeah.
getting them. They're arriving here. They're here.
Do you like goat's cheese?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can take this.
Who doesn't?
Put this, okay. The Woolies sourdough,
Yeah.
Woolies goat's cheese, and this for breakfast. Put that in your pocket. Put it in your
Thank
pocket.
you
That's
so
yours.
much, Clem. Thank
It's
you.
so delicious. Okay, here we go. Water goes in. And then we're going to add some tomatoes, and we're going to do the whole tin tomatoes. We're going to do the whole tin as well.
You're being generous, and that's the thing about a potjie kos, right? Is
Move
that
it, Jay.
I'm confirming what I'm suspecting is about the potjie kos is generosity, right? Right?
It
right.
is about generosity. Okay, so whole tomatoes going in there. Stock going in there. And then again, like I said, this is the fun part. This is where you put the lid on and you catch up with old friends. And you just talk. And you just talk. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Millie, creamy Millie rice. Okay? What do you think? Sound good?
I think that, I mean, it looks like a risotto.
It does look like a risotto. It's like a
Yeah.
South African risotto.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil to the pan, and you're going to start sauteing it off with some leeks. Treat it
Okay.
like a risotto. So you want the starchiness to come out.
All right.
But if you love pap, you're going to absolutely love this one.
And
It's
I
so
like that
delicious.
it's quite easy and quick to make as well. Right? So once you get going.
Yeah, once you get going, it's easy. Then it just
Yeah.
does its own thing. Leeks go in there. Garlic goes in.
Yeah.
We've soaked our millie rice. The millie rice goes in. It's so simple. I like, when it comes to potjie, I like very starchy, like, sides to go with it. Like pap.
Yes,
Sam.
pap. Some sweet potatoes.
Right.
Potatoes.
Right.
Go all out.
Okay,
Go
that's
all
in there.
out, yeah.
Veggies start going in. I'm gonna start stirring it, and then, like a risotto, we're gonna finish it up with some Parmesan cheese.
Nice.
Right, so in the last... I'm
doing this right, eh?
You are winning.
Perfect.
In the last, say, 45 minutes of your potjie cooking, add your beans. They're gonna go in, any beans.
Great.
Okay, so a little starchiness in there.
Great.
Things are gonna come together, things are gonna happen. Tabiso's magic bread goes into a pot, goes into, on the coals as well. It comes out looking like that. I've got some honey, some cumin, and some butter. You melt that together.
Man.
And then you brush it over your bread.
This is really taking a braai and making it a full-on experience.
Right.
I like that.
Absolutely. Tabiso, would you make this dish?
Yes, I mean, absolutely, I would do it. Wouldn't you? You've just done it.
I've just done
Yeah.
it. This is so delicious. This is a meal. It's like a feast. You have to sit down, gather everyone around the table, you know, pass the bread, tear the bread, pass it on.
Say less.
This is
Say
delicious.
less.
Please
Say
try
less.
it. Because you've never tried
You don't even know where to start, right?
Well, you got, it's all yours. So try, I want you
No, please. I can't. I honestly cannot accept that. But I will give it a try. In fact, let's start here.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Try the creamy millie, because I know you haven't tried it before. Right?
Texture, perfect.
The flavors, amazing. Just get in some of that sauce on the lamb. I know you love lamb.
Yes.
Hammanskraal.
That's
Coming
all.
to you soon.
We eat a lot of lamb there.
Oh, it's a nice big piece. Good. Yes. Yes.
Tell the people where they can get the recipe.
You
on
get
the
the
Woolies
recipe.
website.
Woolies.co.za.
No, woolworths.co.za.
Sorry, woolworths.co.za. And if you want to also go to Facebook and maybe just try to describe your best description of what a potjie is, and we'll get Tabiso to kind of like go through it. We're going to educate Tabiso on potjie and South African
potjie.
South Africa, you've got to try this recipe. Tabiso's going. He's forgotten that we're still on camera.
Oh man.
But that's what I want.
Just get on the website, guys. Get the recipe.
Woolworths.co.za.
Woolworths.co.za.
Yes, Mzansi, stand a chance of winning up to 3,000 Rand in cash prizes when you play the Maynard's hashtag The Juicy Kaboom game Fridays right here on Expresso.
Come join in on the fun and play the hashtag Juicy Kaboom game live with us and Maynard's every Friday until the 15th of October for your chance to win big cash prizes 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah, now to enter, visit the Expresso Facebook and Twitter page and comment on the Maynard's competition post of the week. And the T's and C's apply.
Juicy Kaboom! It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, welcome,
yes,
welcome.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back to it here on S3. We are live. We're charged up. And we are
covered in lamb tangine.
Oh, man, listen. And I'm still chewing, right?
And as you should be, absolutely delicious meals we've cooked. But of course, we're having a little bit of fun this morning. We put it to you guys on our social media platforms. Who is your favorite soapy character? Not actor or actress, but character. For me, it's got to be John Black from Days of Our Lives.
Oh, man.
Because I linked to about 1,000 of those episodes of Days of Our Lives when I used to work on SABC1 and S3 continuity. So I know him. He's like part of my DNA. But there have been so many fantastic characters. Let's see what the people have to say.
Danielle Strubel says, good morning, Expresso. I'm absolutely crazy about Kumkani from Generations.
Crushing,
oh, yes.
crushing, 100%.
I know Kumkani is the man.
Barker Haynes, Georgie Zamdela from Gary Oakamp. Perfect.
Wow, Papa
I love that, Papa G. I love that.
TK Taco Zimela says, Jack Mabaso, Lucy Diale, Kumkani from Generations, clearly a favorite there. Mangobo, Nkunzi Nyao from Uzalo, love them. Well, she's got lots of favorites.
Yeah, keeping it local, I love that. Then Bontle C's saying Suffocate from Rhythm City. Bad, man. And Mgadeza from Deep City. Him, I don't know. But I like the fact that we've got a local, we've got an international flavor. Maybe for me, Dup from Isidingo, because I just love Brandon Orette.
Wow.
Hey, do you remember Dup?
How about Sally Spectra and Stephanie Forrester and the facing off that used to happen there? Oh,
Marlene.
Stephanie, you are here.
Marlena's got to be the ultimate. You can keep those suggestions coming. Let us know on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. Who is your favorite soapy star? Well, she's not quite as dramatic, but she's a star to us. She's gorgeous, and she's ready to bring you the latest news headlines. Here's Jamie.
Oh, thank you so much, G. Well, the time now, 1 minute after 7. Time to have another look at what's happening in and around the world, starting with those national news. South African Airways will resume flights today, and that is after being grounded for more than a year due to business rescue. The national carrier will be taking off at a gradual pace with only a few routes initially scheduled. The airline said it would have 3 daily domestic flights between Johannesburg and Cape Town. From Tuesday, it will be flying to African capitals Accra, Kinshasa, Harare, Lusaka, and Maputo. SAA has had to let go of several aircraft, and it's unclear where it will buy more planes in the near future. And then the University of Cape Town's Senate has voted overwhelmingly to make vaccines mandatory from next year. However, the final decision on whether to adopt this policy lies with UCT's council. The vote took place yesterday afternoon with 183 votes in favor, 32 against, and 5 abstentions. The motion is expected to go before council after stakeholder engagements. And then looking to news further abroad, the US is to donate 500 million more doses of the Pfizer vaccine to developing nations from next year. President Joe Biden made the pledge in New York. The additional jabs will see the total US commitment on vaccine sharing exceed 1 billion jabs. Experts say some 11 billion doses are required to vaccinate at least 70% of the global population. The World Health Organization has set a minimum target of 40% vaccine coverage in every country by year end, but the goal is unlikely to be met. And then African parks have received one of the largest ever donations for conservation in Africa. The Rob and Melanie Walton Foundation in the US has pledged $100 million to bolster Africa's target of protecting 30% of the continent by assisting with park management. This endowment will help in expanding African parks' impact in managing 30 parks over the next decade, preserving a significant portion of Africa's biodiversity for the benefit of local communities. Now, these include the Odzala Cacao National Park in the Republic of Congo, as well as Iona National Park in Angola. And then finally, the #1 city seen from outer space. Now, Cape Town remains such a wildly popular destination with international travelers that it has been voted the #1 city in Africa and the Middle East. Now, this is according to the 2021 Travel and Leisure World's Best Awards. Travel and Leisure rates among the biggest travel magazines in the world, with a reach of some 35 million people. Now, to add to this accolade, a NASA astronaut, Colonel Shane Kimbrough, aboard the International International Space Station has given a stunning glimpse of how the city looks at night from outer space. While drifting hundreds of kilometers above Earth, Kim Brau has been sharing pics of what world cities look like. Most impressed, he said this of Cape Town, and I quote, "This magnificent breezy bay city is at the very southwestern tip of South Africa and is known for its stunning rugged coastline, studded with great beaches, perfect for surfing." Kim Brau also shared pics from some 400 kilometers up in space of the gambler's dream city, Las Vegas in the US, as well as Dubai, which boasts the world's busiest airport by international passenger traffic, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Well, on that note, that is where I wrap your 7 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Here is G with another look at the sports.
Back onto terra firma for cricket news first. The Maribone Cricket Club says the term batsman has now been amended to the gender-neutral term batter in the laws of cricket. That to stress the importance of the women's game. Now, the women's game has grown massively over the last few years, and definitely the Proteas ladies are part of that rebrand. England beating India in the 2017 Women's World Cup final in front of a capacity crowd at Lord's, while the Women's World T20 final between Australia and India last year attracted more than 80,000 spectators, excuse me, to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So the MCC, which is the sole authority on the laws of cricket since it was founded back in 1787, said the changes are effective immediately. Then on to rugby news. Eddie Jones has now confirmed that the 2023 World Cup will be his final campaign as England coach. It is the first time that Jones has in fact indicated that he'll be stepping down after the tournament in France, saying that the next 2 years will be the last chapter for him. The 61-year-old was appointed back in 2015 after England crashed out in just the group stages of their own home World Cup, and he has taken the team to 3 Six Nations titles and the final of the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Japan, where they, of course, lost out to the Springboks. Then on to footballing news. Following Al Ahly's Egyptian Super Cup loss on Tuesday, club president Mahmoud Al Khatib has ordered almost everyone in the club to be fined, including the coaches, players, and the director of football. So Pitso Mossamane's team lost 3-2 on penalties to Al Gaish and have subsequently been fined over 280,000 rand each for the disappointing performance. And now the Egyptian side made the statement public and then added that the administrative staff and even the medical staff would also be subjected to a fine that is relative to their respective salaries. And then on to tennis finally. Former world #1 Simona Halep has split with longtime coach Darren Cahill. Cahill helped her reach world #1 status and win 2 Grand Slam titles in the process. The Australian took a break from working with Halep in 2019 for family reasons, but remained in touch with her during that year's Wimbledon triumph, where she beat Serena Williams in that final. The pair reunited in 2020, but were largely kept apart by the COVID-19 pandemic and Halep's calf injury that ruled her out of this year's Roland Garros and Wimbledon. The 29-year-old is currently ranked 14th after losing in the last 16 of the most recent US Open. If you missed any of those details, we'll touch on them again in about an hour or so. Right now, though, let's get into climate, give you a global weather perspective and some of those temperatures you can expect here in SA.
Indeed, G. Now, with much of the world's attention focused on climate change 6 weeks before the important COP26 meeting in Glasgow, Scotland, the president of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Chilombo, has asked for UN member states to, and I quote, materialize all the promises made to Africa in compensation for the sacrifices agreed on to protect humanity against global warming. Now, one of the African countries most affected by the negative climate change is Burundi, where natural disasters have recently forced some 100,000 people to flee their homes. Most of them had lived on the shores of Lake Tanganyika, where water levels earlier had risen because of heavy storms driven by climate change, caused floods as well as landslides. The water levels of the world's longest freshwater lake in the world also rose some 8 meters. And then, of course, our weather report could not be complete without showcasing some of the beautiful sunrise photos we have received this morning. Now, starting us off is regular contributor Nick Lombard, who sent greetings from a hot summer rather, in Huntham in the Northern Cape. Then, of course, we were also blown away by this next photo, which was captured by Avril Roberts Retief from Zandvlei Muizenberg right here in Cape Town. We're showing off this breathtaking, colorful skyline. Please keep them coming. We absolutely love seeing how you start your day. But right now, let's get you geared up for the rest of the day with those temperatures. We start off with you, Polokwane. Do expect a low of 8 today that will peak at 24. If you find yourself in Umbombela, expect a range of 12 to 24. Pretoria, sunshine is coming your way with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 25. And then for you, Johannesburg, it is 12-23. Mahikeng, expect a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 27. And for you, Klerksdorp, it is 11-28. Kimberley, partly cloudy conditions can be expected, ranging from 14 to 29, and then Bloemfontein following shortly with 9-26. Richards Bay, for you, it is 17-26. Pietermaritzburg, 13-28, and then South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 18 to 24 today as well. Mthatha, 9-32. East London, 15-29, and then Craddock can be seen with temperatures that range from 6 to 33 as well. Gqeberha, 13-29. George, 10-26, and then the mother city, Cape Town, do expect a low of 14 today that will peak at 20 as well. Worcester, 8-27, Sutherland, 2-24, and then last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 12 to 33. Well, that is where I leave your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee, for that. Now time to speak to a star. We're really just elevating the feel good. We all love a great TV villain. Yes, we do. Someone who makes our blood boil just at the sight of them. And also someone who, you know, compels us to keep watching the dirty deeds that they do, always maneuvering there. Acclaimed Mzansi actor Aubrey Boer has perfected the art of villainy. And so much so that he recently walked away with the Outstanding Leading Actor honor at the Royalty Soapy Awards for his portrayal of Castro Kamanga. We love to hate him in the hit telenovela The Estate on S3. Now, he's joining us now via video call to tell us all about it. Aubrey Boer, congratulations. Good morning.
Good morning, Tabis, and good morning to all your viewers.
Oh, what a time, Aubrey. You know, audiences, they've had a few months to get to know the cunning character of Castro Kamanga. And in fact, I did get to speak to you at the beginning of the telenovela. You took us through what this character was all about. What has it been like to really get into it and sink your teeth into this role? And as you really do, embody the persona that people absolutely love to hate.
It's been a true joy. I think every day at work has been just a joy to find and breathe life into this character. We are blessed to have a very talented cast and a very generous cast. And it's just been a joy to play and to bring to the table what I bring and see how other actors receive him and then also see how viewers receive him. I think we've all challenged ourselves and pushed ourselves to push the envelope a bit, and then it has yielded results, and hence here we are. And then this belongs truly to the entire writing team. I think I did congratulate on the night of the awards Chisanga and the team, and also my fellow actors who are just such a joy to work opposite and breathe life into this character opposite daily when I go to work.
And Aubrey, with only, sort of a few months in, it must have felt rewarding for you to receive the honor of Outstanding Leading Actor at the Royalty Soapy Awards. Of course, it's a big category. I mean, again, a huge congratulations. Have you processed with the feeling? How does it feel to have that trophy there right next to you at home?
Well, it's validation. I think, when the industry gives you a nod, it's a good feeling, and it sort of reaffirms and cements that you are headed in the right direction. You've been making solid choices, but also it remains a continuous challenge for you to keep up the standard and caliber of work that you've been churning out over the years. So, I think I'm blessed and I'm fortunate and very grateful that the industry has given me this nod and this recognition, but equally, I have the burden of continuing as I have been, continuing with the standard and what we found with this character.
And it's been really such a beautiful combination to see really unfold right before our eyes. And we know that the estate also won in the categories of writing and wardrobe. I mean, it's a lot of work that goes into putting this show together. But what do you think the team is getting right? So much so that viewers really do enjoy watching this drama unfold day after day.
It's the combination of the writing and the acting for me. But obviously, the immeasurable work that art department, lighting, the camera department, the directing department, you know, what they pour into their daily toil is immeasurable. So I think a combination of factors gives us the caliber of work that we put out there. I would have loved us to win a lot more categories than we did, but you know, we're grateful for the little that we did win. But yeah, I think the combination of everybody working on a shared vision and not pulling in different directions is what has kept us punching above our weight. We're a new baby in the market without the captive audience that our friends on the other end of the spectrum have. So, you know, for what we are on the platform that we're on, I think we've done amazing work, and we hope that we can keep on churning out this kind of work and growing our viewership and growing our audiences.
Yeah, you really have brought a unique kind of magic to S3, and personally I can tell you that I have been relishing your character, Castro, getting up to no good. Without giving too much away, or you can give too much away if that's what you want to do, what can we expect to see from Castro's storyline in the near future? I mean, that guy's always up to something.
Well, you know, I think as the year draws to an end, you'll see a softer side to him. I think at the beginning of the story, there was so much that's dark that he was involved in and a catalyst too. But I think there's a softer side as he, you know, gets besotted with a certain character. And we'll see a softer and a more gentle side. And we'll see him bonding in a way that we haven't at all. I think the bravado that he's displayed, you know, the color and the brashness and all that comes with what a politician who wields that much power can be. I think we'll see a slight, not a total shift from that, but he'll reveal a gentler side to him. So we can only hope that it will be received as warmly as the maverick that he is has been received by our viewers.
Oh, we are ready for it, Aubrey. We are so ready for it to watch it all unfold. But again, another deserved well done to you. Congratulations and all of the best at the estate.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
For all of us and at you guys at home, if you do want to see who else took home a trophy at the Royalty Soapy Awards, then be sure to catch the broadcast on Saturday, the 2nd of October. It's going to be on SABC 1 at 8 p.m. Now, to see Aubrey and his stellar castmates in action, then be sure to catch all of the intrigue of The Estate weekdays at 7 p.m. on S3. And if you want to see where it all began, then catch the series rebroadcast weeknights at 7:30 p.m. on SABC 1. Enjoy.
This Friday evening on the Tastemaster SA, it's the first elimination challenge as the bottom 6 contestants compete to create the ultimate Instagrammable bake.
Things are not going as planned right now. This is not my standard.
The tears, why?
Insani is losing it.
What's happening?
I am not finishing this cake. What? This chaos has just thrown me off. My reputation is gone.
Get ready to bake more memories this Friday, 7 p.m. only on SABC 2.
Universe Direct sources and sells quality refurbished PCs, laptops, servers, switches, tablets, and cell phones. Universe Direct is South Africa's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment, offering an ongoing guarantee of equipment, on-site and remote service. From our factory to your door, anywhere in the universe, direct.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, we are doing some crazy things right now. We are having a lot of fun. It is a Tech Thursday here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this morning's game review may bring back some very fond memories. WarioWare is back, but this time on the Nintendo Switch. And it's called Get It Together. And Grant is here to let us in on some of the intricacies of a crazy game, dude.
This is a very difficult game to explain to people and explain why people would want it.
I don't even know. I've been doing the things, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's awesome.
Okay, let's start over. So, you've all heard of what a mini game is, right? Like when you are playing Mario Party, there are all these, a collection of games. When you bought your Nintendo Wii, there was sports, right?
Yes, yeah.
Wii Sports. Now, those were mini games. This is what they call micro games. They are smaller than mini games, and you've got a lot of little things to do in them.
Beat me.
And it is such
we both lost.
A bonkers way to spend like a Saturday with your friends. It's a party game with micro games that you can all play. There are 222 different games inside here.
Wow, I challenge you to clock this. So what's the vibe here? Because it does feel kind of nostalgic, but there's a lot going on, and it's very satisfying to play.
Okay, so it reminds me of a Japanese like game show, but if it was right, it's got that like energy about it. It's a little bit chaotic. It's
it does not make any sense
it
at
does
all.
Make so each of the 222 micro games have an objective that you've got to work out. We've got to match that shape. We've got to spin the shape to what it was. Back.
Go.
Oh, we lost.
Yeah, we both
so
lost.
do you understand that each of these have little objectives that we have to do together or on your own, and that will determine whether there's a win state or a lose state. And that's why it's a party game, because you don't necessarily had to have played the game before. You can give the controller through to your friend when they come round, and they can play. Now, the game features Wario. WarioWare being the name of the game. Wario is like the arch rival.
He's the Mac Daddy. Yeah, give us a bit of history there. Yeah.
So we're going to be talking a little bit about this character, but if you are a Nintendo head, you will know who Wario is. I think for me, the biggest introduction was on the Nintendo Wii. There was a game called WarioWare as well, in the same
where he
family
became more
of
a hero. Anti-hero, yeah.
Well, it was this kind of game where things were just chaotic and like out of control. And because of that, I just associated him with chaos. But because he's Mario's arch rival, like you just see, this is not like a traditional Mario game. There's a lot of order and structure to a Mario game. Although there's order and structure here.
Yeah, there is an algorithm here, but it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy, but that makes it almost more fun. It lends itself to the Switch. Why?
Well, because obviously there's like motion controllers. Sometimes some of the games that you'll play are like use some of the motion. But it's the kind of thing that if you are having friends over for a braai, and you're like, come, let's play some games. Like, oh man, I don't play games. Like, you can just sit down and go like, yeah, just wait. Like, oh, what am I doing? And it reminds me a little bit of like when you go to the arcades with friends as a kid, and you don't know quite, and they give you R2 and say, come, just play this game. And then things start happening. There's no introduction. You just got to go. So like, let's just start over and let's just see, because there's so many games, like you are generally going to be surprised by something. And Graham's on the left, I'm on the right, and we now have to collect all of these things. So we have to use all our abilities. There are different characters, as you can see.
Oh, I thought I whipped you there. I really did, eh?
We'll find out at the end. So we're going to hypnotize the person behind us by moving this pendulum. And let's see if we can do it. Yep, done.
Nice, we did it. We are a team. This is highly addictive. What is your verdict here?
It's high energy. It's lots of fun.
Get over it.
If you have kids at home or are just into like really cool party games, if Mario Party interested you, this is something that you might be interested in, because it's something that you can literally put down in front of everybody and just watch, just laugh at your friends try play this game. Like, what is going on?
It might sound strange, but it's quite intuitive.
Remember that one? Remember? Okay, we got to spin this.
Which one do we have to go to?
Hey, stop it! Back. No, we're gonna lose now.
Damn it.
It's like a Japanese game show in your house.
It really is. It's crazy. I think this will cross the generational divide, which is quite lovely. And in a weird way, it is, and it might sound strange, but it's quite intuitive. You actually start to pick it up relatively easily. So as much as it is this craziness and chaos, as you say, you kind of get into it quite quickly. Let's give it another go.
Takashi's Castle, the video game.
Yeah, very much so. And that's the thing. I didn't even know if we were in a menu or we were playing there.
I won.
That's the thing, I know. At what? At what did you win? I don't even know. Check. We were in a menu screen and I was jumping around.
That is so funny. I don't know if we were in a menu screen or we were playing the game.
I know. You won the menu screen. That's how crazy the game is. Check. Is this a menu? Is it a game? No one knows. But we're going to go and we're going to collect them all. But it's absolutely beautiful.
Lose now.
It's a spectacle.
But you see, it does this to you. That's what's, and you know, Nintendo know how to make a game. They know how to make something that's fun. They know how to make. You can play this with your kids from 5 years old all the way up to like your grandparents.
Oh, completely. I think the toughest part about this game is going to be prying the controller out of your mate's hand. Okay, so
down. Yes.
Here we go. Leave it. No, leave it.
Graham, it's you! It's your fault!
I'm sorry, man. I was too eager. I was just too keen. But this is beautiful. WarioWare.
Light up all the... Okay, I did it.
Absolutely cool. WarioWare is out now on the Switch. We're going to get into that character's history, delve into the complexity of his villainy in just a moment. Okay, let's give it another go.
This used reason and logic.
I don't even know which one I am.
Oh, wow, they're having so much fun. What?
Oh, man.
By the way, I've missed you. It's been a while since we actually connected. You've been catching flights. Our schedules have not aligned.
You were catching feelings while I was catching flights.
I was catching feelings for you, but listen, let me tell you, summer's here. It feels, the energy just feels good. It feels lighter.
The temperatures are rising everywhere. I mean, Cape Town was scorching hot yesterday. Wait, what's happening now?
What?
Hi, ice cream man.
Okay. With a little dance as well.
Okay.
You got to do the step ball change to this music.
Graham.
How nostalgic is this? I know you are going to... I'm going to give the lady the first choice.
Yes.
Because...
No, please do.
Wow.
When it comes to Ola... Okay, it's all about summer and nostalgia. Okay, so have a look. Choose which is your favorite, guys. I know it's difficult.
This is wild.
Yesterday, I went for the cornetto, which is amazing because it's got the little thing at the bottom.
Yeah,
you know, the little I might change it up, but Jamie, you are the lead.
Okay,
so you get to go first.
Yeah. Luca, which one would Luca pick?
Luca loves
so let's maybe go with that.
Paddle pop.
Luca likes the paddle pop because of the colors, but Mommy is going to go for the almond. The Magnum almond, the Belgian chocolate.
Do you know, for me, the memories, right?
Yes. This reminds me of payday. Of payday. Every payday, family would just buy me this. Yes, buy me this. My mom would come home and she'd buy me this. And so now I'm just like, I'm going to get this for me.
Every time my dad came home and he had Magnums in a plastic bag, we knew he had money, and so he had no excuse for any other request. We had, Papa Tabi, Brafi, Shaman. 31st of every month. It was a big treat.
That's a payday Magnum. Payday Magnum.
Guys, I want to branch out, but I'm like a creature of habit, and I enjoyed it so much yesterday. I'm going to do a cornetto again.
No,
I love it.
You can never have too much.
No, but do you know why? It's the crunchiness of that like sugar cone. I absolutely adore it. I like a paddle pop. I like a Magnum, but I'm sorry. For me, cornetto is the way to go.
There's the thing about ice cream as well, is that as you sort of like unwrap it, I'm sure there are people watching there and on their TV screens, like just like with mouths wide.
So when this happens,
Do it.
Just that sound on its own brings me so much joy. Hey, are you ready for it?
Much joy. I hope this is going to be a daily thing, that every day we are going to start our day like this because it feels like the seasons have changed. Absolutely love this.
I want to cry.
So nostalgic.
Wait.
Go, do it right on your mic. Oh my word, I can actually hear it.
Robin's going to kill you. Wardrobe side is going to kill you, don't mess. But oh, wow,
Oh, man, absolutely beautiful.
Do that as well.
With the temperatures rising across the country, it's getting nice and warm. I can't think of a better time for you to really get involved with all of these fantastic Ola products. I mean, there really are freezers packed with these everywhere you go. Over here, over there, everywhere. And they will always bring you all the joy you need.
I wish you could see everyone's faces behind the screen. They're just like watching us. Just keep watching us. Keep watching us.
Let's do it again tomorrow. Yeah?
Welcome back as we take a techie turn and I wipe the ice cream off my face. That's the fastest anyone has ever eaten an ice cream. Now, everyone knows Bowser, of course. Bowser, who's forever kidnapping Princess Peach. I mean, what a They might also know Bowser Jr. following in his father's footsteps. Of course, then we've got Koopalings and the constant menacing ways there. But what or who are the villains and enemies that everyone's favorite plumber has faced and that no one seems to know? Well, there is one man who definitely does know. Grant Hines joins us to go through some of these forgotten favorites.
Oh, man, you know, like with WarioWare, like one of those things is when you put it on, somebody in the room goes, that guy kind of looks like Mario, and you're like, he is, but he's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's
and
the antithesis.
That's what's cool about like the Mario universe. We've had Mario for, I think, close on 30 years now, over 30 years.
Most of our life.
I think 1985 is my birthday. So 36 years. So this Mario's been around for such a long time. There's so many villains that you probably don't know because you only know the Super Mario Bros. Where he goes left to right. And Bowser is that like big shell dude, like big turtle. So let's go through 5 characters, well, 5 villains in the universe that you probably didn't know. The first one is the Fizzlets. Now, I don't know if you ever got to play Super Mario Galaxy 2, but Super Mario Galaxy is such a great Mario game that, like, it's probably the highest reviewed Mario game of all time. It's always got, like, 10 out of 10. And these Fizzlets are like these purple creatures. They look really cute, right?
Yeah, but not so much.
But they're super dangerous, and they're quite hard to navigate because I find them quite unpredictable. They turn into electric puddle, and when they grow every time you touch them. So it's very hard to like, the first time you meet them, you're like, what's going on? And then when you die, you're like, oh, no, okay, cool, I've got to go back and do this. So it's pretty...
You see what I'm saying? They also they've got like that inevitability vibe about them, the way they move once they've turned into an electric puddle.
Yeah, so it's a little bit unpredictable. And I just want to say, anybody that is watching this, that if you are on social media, you let us know who your favorite Mario villain is.
Yeah, and now you know if someone's called you a Fizzlet, that they weren't being nice, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
That it's not a term of endearment.
One of my next ones that I think is quite common is the Hammer Bros.
The Hammer Bros.
Now, if you've played any amount of Mario, you probably know who the Hammer Bros are. You'll see them. They're like turtles that I call them I used to think they were Bowser's children.
Okay.
But like when I was a kid, I was
Bowser's minions, we'll call them.
Bowser's minions. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, these are obviously his kids or whatever. They throw little hammers. You get different versions of them. I would say like you'll get one that sits in a cloud. I think that's a very famous one, which is really cool. But like they are very popular from the old games, and if you do play some of the new ones, you might have seen them in the later ones.
In there. Cool.
But a lot of old gamers will be like, ah, yes, I remember the Hammer Bros. The next one is the Gao. Now the Gao is like a sphinx that like sits in the clouds and shoots fire at you.
Naturally.
Is what sphinxes do. And you'll find this, this is the Game Boy, do you remember the Game Boy?
Oh, buddy, you've no idea how much Mario I played on Game Boy at boarding school. It was like what? Oh my, the bow, look at that.
So the sphinx, obviously this is like an Egyptian look. Yeah. Like Mario went there, right?
I'm suddenly 12 years old again. It's crazy, bro.
Did you play this level?
Yeah, man. This is like the coolest memory ever.
I love when you see an old video game or old video game soundtrack and you're like,
literally,
yo, I was at my friend's house.
I know, a synapse has just been re-engaged in my brain.
We should do something on old video game soundtracks. I'll tell Lena.
Okay,
cool.
Now, number 2, you've listed the Bomboos.
Yeah, the Bomboos. Now, so the Bomboos are obviously from Super Mario Galaxy. So again, Super Mario Galaxy, one of the best. If you haven't played Super Mario Galaxy, please do. And you work against, it's like a boss battle against something called the Bouldergeist, which is such a great name, by the way. Like Poltergeist,
which is
which is great. They float around and then they'll explode when they get to you.
Ooh.
So they can be
they're quite persistent, eh? They chase you down.
Yes. And as far as I know, they also are in Luigi's Mansion, like Haunted Mansion. That's just off the top of my head. I could be wrong. You can correct me. But
I can't correct you because there's no way I'd know.
But yeah, so that's really cool. And the last villain is on Mario 64. Now, not many people probably played Mario 64 in South Africa because it wasn't available here unless you had a friend who somehow got it into the country. But this was, for the most part, every 90s kid's nightmare. It was the Super Piano
piano.
From Super Mario 64. Now, this was, I don't know who conceptualized this or why they did this, but this piano runs around and opens up like teeth and will attack you. Well, I hope it gets to that point so that you can see for yourself.
Don't want him. Don't.
There we go. There's the piano.
No.
And the piano will actually attack you.
Ah, no.
Which is the worst kind of music that you'll ever have. I mean, yeah. It's a villain that's impossible to defeat. And, yeah, it's there for jump scares, which in a Mario game is very unusual, right? To get, like, jump scares. But, yeah. Sometimes music is scary.
Beautiful, man. Oh, the piano, it's a terrifying villain, especially when it can't be beaten. Those are amazing. You've done well, son. Absolutely love it. We're going to continue reveling in the nostalgia of Mario and some of the greatest villains that have ever come through the digital space. So stick around. Oh, I love that.
Stick around, we're keeping that feel-good going here because Lungi Naidu, she's still with us and she is bringing us an unreleased song from a new EP releasing tomorrow. It is named Courage and the track is called Colors. Lungi, take it away, girl. There's something so beautiful about someone taking a break and coming back bigger, powerful, and exclusive. Man, the world's not ready for you. You're ready. You have arrived. Lungi Naidu, you're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Still 2 more performances coming your way, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
With an intro like that, he needs to be coming in on like a foofy slide. Dropping into
just like
studio.
web slinging
He
in.
could do it, man. He could do it. Did you know that Mario has an arch rival? You probably did if you're a fan. And no, we're not talking about Bowser. We are talking about the ultimate anti-hero, Wario. And Grant is here to tell us more. So you introduced us to him briefly through some insane gameplay, which was awesome on the Switch. I love that. But let's delve into the man. The myth,
yes,
the legend
let's talk
that
a little
is
bit about
Wario.
this.
Who is Wario?
The reason I want to go through this is because he is Mario's like rival. Like he's not Bowser, he's one of his rivals, his arch nemesis. But he appears in a lot of games, and we can go through memory lane together. And I know that people love going down memory lane with us in the video game
Especially
world.
with Mario. Especially with this
He
game.
is voiced by Charles Martinet, who does the original Mario. So he's the same voice artist. And I've had the good pleasure of interviewing Charles Martinet and meeting him. I spent like a morning with him once.
Did you make him do the voice?
Of course. You're listening to Grant. It's me, Mario. I had to, man. I mean, wouldn't you? Anyway, so Wario first appears in a series of games, but the first series is called Wario Land series, and this came out in 1992. Super Mario Land 2. A game called 6 Golden Coins. If you ever were on the original Game Boy, well, this is the original Game Boy, you will know this. Oh, the Game Boy Color. I don't know if you ever had friends. I had friends who had these consoles. I never had them myself, so I would always be in class, like looking at people that got to play them, which was really cool. So that was his first appearance. Then in 1993, he actually got his title in his first game called Mario and Wario. They must have confused so many people, but 1993 was a good year. Obviously, Jurassic Park came out that year.
It's a big year for entertainment.
Yes, yeah, my fiance was born in 1993, so yeah, it was great. You know, Mario's very wacky, and they do some. Mario focuses as a gameplay series on gameplay, not necessarily story or. The most important part is how much fun are you playing it. So that was Mario. That was in 1993.
Yay, got it.
Then in 1994, a year later, we got Wario Land series. This was the beginning of Wario's first experience in this realm, called Wario Land Super Mario Land 3. Yeah, so there we go. He's got his face. This was the first time. So if anybody was any doubt, that face with the weird mustache, that is Wario. So yeah, so like that's what he looks like. And this was the first time he was like pretty much Wario Land was the beginning of his series.
He was the hero, the anti-hero.
Then in 1998, we had Wario Land 2, which was obviously a little bit better graphics. 4 years later, turn of the century, which is very cool. And that kind of closed. There was quite a few Wario Land games. So
you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that little thing.
I mean, this guy's got a bad temper. You don't
you didn't want to do that. Steal his cake and his donuts. Uh-oh.
But WarioWare was the series that came out later, and 2003 on the Game Boy Advance was when it was released. And it kind of went into this, like, what can't we do with Mario? Let's throw it into Wario. Just this wacky kind of gameplay. And it got
almost
super
like the antithesis.
Yes, exactly. So WarioWare came out. Then I was introduced, and I think a lot of South Africans were introduced to WarioWare through WarioWare Smooth Moves. WarioWare Smooth Moves, yes, which came out on the Nintendo Wii, which was also chaos. There were just tons of throwing mini games at you. It was absolute like mayhem. We used to play it at my friend's house. He'd just be like, "Here, come, we're gonna play this game," and I'd be like, "What is happening?" Remember the Wii had all these motion controllers, and it was like, "Throw the motion controller there, swing it around," and then I was like, "What is?" And then like 5 seconds later, it'd be something else. And now we have WarioWare Get It Together, which is very cool. It's like the evolution of that. It's on a new console. It's come out now, 2021. So
it's almost it's not endless. It's like 222
micro games,
which are smaller than mini games, but they are so fulfilling and absolutely mad and crazy. And I think they embody the crazy character, the nature, the personality of Wario in the perfect way. Buddy, thank you for taking us down memory lane. We're going to continue to revel in the beauty, the nostalgia of the Mario universe, if you will, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sorry, Wario, he's a little bit ugly.
All right, so in celebration of Heritage Day, also known as the perfect excuse for a braai, coming up, we are going to be honoring these powerful South African artists and playing a bit of a game. It's called Guess the Lyric. Now, how it works is that I will give our ladies here, I'll give them a line from a song with missing words, all right? It gets tricky. And you will need, ladies, to guess the lyric. Once they've gotten the correct word, they will then need to play the song. Well, sing the song. Really.
Sing the song.
Wow,
the song.
the pressure.
Sing the song.
I'll just put in any lyric at any time.
How good is your South African music knowledge?
Lungi?
I'm South African, I'm a singer, so I got
Advantage, done.
I got this.
Can I just hum? I'll hum while you sing, okay?
No
humming.
Jamie Lee,
Girl, you gotta
will
sing.
do no such thing. That's not how it works. So we're gonna get straight into it, okay?
Okay,
Are
cool.
you ready for it? Okay, I'll start with you, Jamie Lee, all right?
Got it. What?
There are the lyrics over there. I am, or rather I'm, for the of the great to hold and keep me by the...
Got it. I'm searching for the spirit of the great
Nice.
heart. Great heart.
Yeah. Well done.
Whatever.
Jamie, I'm surprised you know that song.
Oh,
Who sang the song, Jamie?
The person you just said now.
No. You tell me, Jamie.
Johnny
one was.
Johnny
There we
Clegg.
go.
One.
Correct.
I said.
That's a point. A point for Jamie Lee. Okay, here is your one, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's the in union. The as one. As we to reach our
Come on, South African
It's
singer.
the
I don't know.
in union.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
It's the world in union. Oh man. Okay.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so
I
it's,
know the song, but.
But do you know who
Powers.
sang it?
PJ Powers.
PJ
There we
Powers.
go.
Correct.
You get the
I'm going to give you a point. I'm going to give you a
I deserve
point.
the
Just because, you know, I like you.
I
Okay,
do.
Jamie Lee, let's do this. Okay, I just want to good every day. I want to wear a upon my...
I know this one.
Yep.
I want to feel the joys.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
I just wanna feel good
Hey.
every day.
Come on.
I wanna wear a smile upon my face. I wanna feel the joy after day.
Who sang the song? Because this will give you a point, or actually just do away with all the work you've just done now.
Lyra.
It's Lyra. Yes, that's it. So 2 points, Jamie Lee. Woo, Miss Naidu. Okay, let's see. I know you're the I know our time will come. I feel you in my I see you in my dreams. I keep you in my
I know you're the one. I know our time will come. I feel it.
But you
I
must
feel
sing,
you in
baby.
my dreams. Wait, I feel you in my heart. I feel you. I see you in my dreams. I keep you in my heart. I think. Let's see.
Yeah.
I know you're the one.
Sing it, girl.
What song?
And as for me, I know
feel
you're
it
the
in-
one. And
Yeah,
a time will come till the end.
Elaine!
It's Elaine. That's it. Okay, so 2 points. Jamie Lee, let's step it up, okay?
Yep.
You have to either stay in this game or just like give her the chance to win. Okay, listen to this one. Should I hold on the will you let me You are a resident. A resident in my
Yes. Should I hold on the or should I let you
go? You're a resident, a resident in my heart.
No, you kind of have to fill in the missing word. You can't also say
I'm a you're a citizen.
a citizen in my heart?
That came in a bit late because the lyrics were already filled on the
I do
screen.
know
They
who
don't
sings
know.
it, though.
But do you know who sings it?
Lady
Do you
Zamar.
really?
Lady
How do you spell her
Zamar.
name?
Z-A-M-A-R.
Okay, good. It's a point. Hey, Miss Nadi.
I'm taking it home.
This is it. Redeem yourself. Okay.
Hit me.
Please, if you don't get this one, this is the last one. If you don't get this one, I will be really disappointed. Here it is. Night. Yes, I know. I know I must be for you. Just be for you. I'm your,
Friday night, yes I know.
Hey.
I know I must be ready for you.
Oh, queen.
Just waiting for you.
How sweet.
I'm your weekend. I mean, really.
I mean,
Brenda
really. Who
Fassie.
sang it?
Brenda Fassie.
Yes. Okay, so
Also, no,
it's
the fact that it's like
I mean, it's a tie. Such fantastic artists and such beautiful songs. We've all got memories attached to these ones. I mean, you've done really well. Well done, ladies.
Thank
It's
you.
a tie. I don't think we've ever seen this or had this happen.
They
when we
win some
play
ice
this
cream.
game. I knew you wanted in on the ice cream. Don't worry, we'll hook you up with some ice cream. But maybe that's inspired you to start thinking about the songs you're going to be jamming to as we get into the public holiday ahead of us now. Maybe share those with us. And if you've got some song suggestions for our Guess the Lyric maybe in the future, do share those on our Facebook page. Use the hashtag Expresso Show.
Like I say, I'm no weekend.
Weekend special. I'm no weekend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, if you need something to inspire you, it is on the way. Another incredible event that has been put together by the international advocacy organization Global Citizen is upon us, and S3 is once again inviting us to open up to preserving our planet, to work towards eradicating poverty, and to be an activist for a better world by being the local broadcast partner for what promises to be, if history has taught us anything, an unforgettable concert. And joining us now via video call to tell us all about the Global Citizen Live event is Head of Channel for S3 and a very good friend of ours, Pat van Heerden, alongside a Global Citizen's Regional Director for Southern and East Africa, Shabet Chikombu. Ladies, a very good morning to both of you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Hope you're all well. Morning, Tibet.
Good morning, Pat. Morning, Graham, and good morning to all your listeners.
As you guys always do, you are connecting the world. We are one global village, and we want to be active citizens within that. And now, Pat, I'm going to start with you because this is a major coup. This partnership really does represent everything that S3 is about. What is the importance of this ongoing partnership between Global Citizen and S3 as a channel, and what does it mean to be able to continue with this weekend's star-studded event? This is a coup, right?
It absolutely is. It's fantastic for us because, you know, the positioning of S3 is let's be global citizens. Let's make sure that we see that all of our actions locally make an impact on the globe. And so it's a perfectly positioned partnership for us.
And
you know, when we look at, sorry, Graham, I mean, when we look at the millennial audiences, one of the key things that they're concerned about is the planet. And just behind being concerned about climate change, they're concerned about the gap in inequality. And so we have to be able to have that conversation on a global level, and this partnership does that.
Completely, and it makes it accessible to all South Africans in that process, which is amazing. Chamet, I'm going to turn to you now. As we have come to anticipate, obviously, from a Global Citizen event, the lineup is going to be absolutely exciting. Can you outline some of the highlights that we can look forward to?
Absolutely, Graham, and we're so happy to be partnering with S3 once again to bring this key event to all of South Africa. So Global Citizen Live is part of a once-in-a-generation day of unity across 7 continents. I think that in itself is such an incredible highlight for us. It'll be broadcast over 24 hours around the world, and it'll feature artists, activists, and world leaders coming together to create change. It's going to take place in iconic locations across the globe. globe, including New York, Paris, Los Angeles, London, with performances and segments from Lagos, Rio de Janeiro, Seoul, Mumbai, Sydney. We'll have performances from South Africa as well. We have a spectacular lineup, as you've alluded to, Graham, of artists who are donating their time and talent to make this happen. Confirmed stars include Angelique Kidjo, Burna Boy, Davido, Femi Kuti, Tiwa Savage, alongside other global artists that will be featuring in some of the other locations I've mentioned. I think something that is worth mentioning, even closer to home for us, is that our very own Bonang Mateba and Nomzamo Mbata will be featured as presenters at the New York City Festival, and it's really exciting that S3 are able to bring this to us to see all that we have in store for you.
Yeah, it makes you believe. The fact that we can unite, especially in light of what we have been through collectively, globally, over the last 18 months, it really does believe. But something like this needs to be seen by all. So, Pat, I'm going to ask you what the value to S3 viewers, to South Africans, what that value is to be able to watch and enjoy, to be a part of the spectacle. And what are you hoping that we are going to walk away with after watching this?
I suppose some of the thoughts are around how do you have thoughtful pleasure or sort of clever pleasure. In other words, that the millennials really love experiences. This is an experience, and it's an experience about connecting around thoughtful issues around the world in a pleasurable way. And I think that's what we're offering our citizens, the most fantastic music, great celebrities right in your home. And it's about thinking about, you know, being a global citizen while you're having that pleasure. It's thoughtful pleasure.
I absolutely love that, and it just makes it so much more powerful, and that message gets across there. But for me, it's definitely the connectedness that comes with it. Tibet, as always, the festivities are all for a greater cause, and this time to address the climate needs of developing countries, a very hot topic at the moment, understandably. Can you tell us a bit more about Global Citizens' commitments for the Global Citizen Live events? What is driving this one?
Yes, and I love that Pat has referred to it as thoughtful pleasure. I mean, we're really here for impact. We're here for our global citizens and your audience to see the impact of all their action taking over the past few months. So specifically through the lens of the Defend the Planet goal, we'll be calling on world leaders to deliver 1 billion trees planted and preserved to keep our global temperatures from rising beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and curbing emissions, as well as supporting the 1 trillion trees initiative. So we're asking businesses to join the Race to Zero initiative. We're asking our collective leaders to pledge the 1 billion trees by 2022 as part of this trillion trees movement. In addition to the climate needs and the climate focus, of course, a big goal of ours is defeat poverty. And so with that, thinking about what's in front of us with the global health crisis, we're also calling on government, philanthropists, and corporations to support efforts to achieve global immunity. And our goal here is to secure 1 billion vaccines to the poorest countries, calling on the G7 and the EU to share at least 1 billion of their vaccine doses immediately with those most in need. And then lastly, linked to the defeat poverty narrative, is we're looking to mobilize funding for meals for the 41 million people on the brink of famine. Again, calling on world leaders to end this hunger crisis by contributing at least $6 billion for the urgent provision of meals for 41 million people on the brink of starvation.
$6 billion, we can do it. 1 billion vaccines, we can do it. 1 trillion trees, we can do it. And I know we can because I've lived through this experience with Global Citizen before. I've seen the outcome of this kind of collective drive as a planet. And this makes me feel like a citizen of the world. The hairs on my arms are standing up right now because you have made me so excited. Ladies, I won't put you through the torture of asking you who your favorite artist is or who you're most looking forward to watching, because they're all amazing. I'm just going to thank you both for bringing this incredible event to South Africa right here on S3. Ladies, thank you so much. Enjoy the thoughtful pleasure this weekend. Soak up every second.
Thank you, Graham. Thanks, Expresso.
Thank you, Expresso. And tune in.
Tune in to S3.
We are making it so easy for you to be an active citizen of the world. Yes, the fact that we get the pleasure of enjoying some of the best artists across the globe, some of our South African ambassadors flying that flag in New York live to the world, that is great, but it's an opportunity for you at home to think about how you can make a difference.
Well, the time now has just gone 3 minutes past 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting with the national news, Johannesburg City Power yesterday said that illegal connections had cost the city over 2 billion rand in lost revenue. Now, this follows an operation to remove illegal cable connections in Alexandria yesterday, where about 23 tons of aluminium and copper cables worth an estimated 27 million rand were removed. The operation, supported by the Joburg Metro Police, focused on hotspots that included River Park and the informal settlements along London Road. Illegal connections have presented the biggest challenge to reliable electricity supply in the city of Johannesburg. And then some good news is that South African Airways will resume flights today after being grounded for more than a year due to business rescue. The national carrier will be taking off at a gradual pace with only a few routes initially scheduled. The airline said it would have 3 daily domestic flights between Johannesburg and Cape Town. From Tuesday, it will be flying to African capitals such as Accra, Kinshasa, Harare, Lusaka and Maputo. SAA has had to let go of several aircraft, and it's unclear when it will buy more planes in the near future. On the international front, Rwanda has called off high-level talks with Belgium in the latest twist to a diplomatic row over the conviction of the man who inspired a Hollywood film about the 1994 genocide. Rwanda said Belgium had shown contempt for its justice system after it criticized the 25-year prison sentence handed down to Paul Rusesabagina, a Belgian citizen of Rwandan origin, for terrorism. 76-year-old Rusesabagina was found guilty on Monday of backing a rebel group involved in deadly attacks in Rwanda in 2018 and 2019. And then staying with the international news, the US is to donate 500 million more doses of the Pfizer vaccine to developing nations from next year. President Joe Biden made the pledge in New York, and the additional jabs will see the total US commitment on vaccine sharing exceed 1 billion jabs. Experts say some 11 billion doses are required to vaccinate at least 70% of the global population. The World Health Organization has set a minimum target of 40% vaccine coverage in every country by year end, but the goal is unlikely to be met. And then finally, elephants in poor condition rescued from a riding school. Now, from Thailand comes the heartwarming story of Chaba, born in a tiny enclosure at an elephant riding camp in that country. Her mother, Bunma, was forced to do daily shows to entertain tourists. However, then rescuers of Save Elephant Foundation stepped in. Chaba and her mother were in a small concrete pen, void of any enrichment, and the mother on a short chain. They were both in poor health and needed urgent intervention. Both were subsequently rescued and moved to a sanctuary of the foundation, where Chaba was given her first bath. Everyone was pleasantly surprised by the look of pure delight on the then 4-month-old baby elephant's face. Look at that. She joyously splashed around in the water, but every few minutes ran back to mom for reassurance. Nowadays, she's absolutely crazy about spending time in the splash pool. She and her mom are enjoying a life of freedom, socializing with other elephants, foraging for food, and rolling around and cavorting in mud puddles. But there's nothing Chaba loves more than her splash pool. Look at that. On that high note, that is where I wrap up your news headlines here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. G is standing by with a final look at the sports.
Oh, well, Chaba's news might have made your day. Let's see if we can continue on that trend right now with some very positive news in the world of cricket. The Marylebone Cricket Club says the term batsman has now been amended to the gender-neutral term batter in the laws of cricket to stress the importance of the women's game. So the women's game has grown massively over the last few years, and I think Team South Africa are a big part of that rebrand. England beating India in the 2017 Women's World Cup final in front of a capacity crowd at Lord's, while the Women's World T20 final between Australia and India last year also attracted more than 80,000 spectators to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The MCC, which is the sole authority on the laws of cricket since it was founded back in 1787, said the changes are effective immediately. Then on to rugby news. Eddie Jones has now confirmed that the 2023 Rugby World Cup will be his final campaign as England's coach. It's the first time that Jones has indicated that he'll be stepping down after the tournament in France, saying that the next 2 years is the final chapter for him. The 61-year-old was appointed back in 2015 after England famously crashed out in the group stages of their home World Cup. And he has taken the team since to 3 Six Nations titles and the final of the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Japan, where of course they lost to the Springboks. And then on to football news, and quite negative at that. Following Al Ahly's Egyptian Super Cup loss on Tuesday, club president Mahmoud Al Khatib has ordered almost everyone in the club to be fined, including the coaches, players and the director of football. So Pitso Motsamane's team lost 3-2 on penalties to Al Gaish and have subsequently been fined over 280,000 rand each for the disappointing performance in the match, obviously. And then the Egyptian side made this statement public yesterday and added that the administrative staff and even the medical staff would also be subjected to a fine that is relative to their respective salaries. And now finally on to tennis. Former world number 1 Simona Halep has split with longtime coach Darren Cahill. Cahill helped her reach world number 1 status and win 2 Grand Slam titles in the process. The Australian took a break from working with Halep in 2019 for family reasons, but did remain in touch with her during the year's Wimbledon triumph, where of course she beat Serena Williams in that final. The pair then reunited in 2020, but were largely kept apart by the COVID-19 pandemic, and then Halep's calf injury that ruled her out of this year's Roland Garros and Wimbledon. The 29-year-old is currently ranked 14th in the world after losing in the last 16 of the most recent US Open. Well, that's a wrap of your sport for this Thursday morning. Let's get one last look at the skies, get a global weather perspective, and of course some of those temperatures here in SA.
Thank you very much, G-Man. We take a final look at some climate news. The U.S. is to double climate finance support to aid low-income nations. President Joe Biden said that the country would increase the support from $5.7 billion to $11.2 billion annually by 2024 to help least developed nations adapt to climate change and shift to clean energy. Now, the funding would help achieve a global goal of $100 billion per year to support climate action in vulnerable countries by 2020. And addressing the 76th session of the UN General Assembly in New York for the very first time as US president, he said that making this investment wasn't just good climate policy, but was also a chance for each country to invest in itself and the future. Developing countries have been urging industrialized nations to offer financial assistance to help them both rapidly adopt clean energy technologies, enabling them to avoid the use of fossil fuels and bolster their defenses against the impact of climate change from sea level rise to extreme heat. That's a good move. Now, yesterday we reported on the harvest moon. It's a beautiful story that, and we received such beautiful photos that came through from our viewers who have a passion for photography. And as you can see, clearly have a talent too. Louise G. Sherry was the first to share these 2 spectacular photos with us. We can only marvel at that beauty, right? Take a look at that. Jason Sebastian from Delport Swoop in the Northern Cape also managed to take this morning, the stunning shot with a beautiful way to have spent his evening. It's beautiful. I love it. And then starting us off at 7 o'clock this morning in terms of our sunrise photos was regular contributor Nick Lombard, who sent greetings from a hot summer in Huntham in the Northern Cape. The Northern Cape coming in hot. Now, last but not least, we were blown away by this next photo captured by Avril Roberts Retief from Zandvlei in Muizenberg in Cape Town, showing off this breathtaking, color-filled skyline. Love to see it. And now you can do the same tomorrow, bright and early. Get those pictures through to us on our Facebook page with the hashtag Expresso Show. Now, a final look at those temperatures. It's sunny out in Polokwane today. 8 is your low, reaching a high of 24. With Mbombela, sun and clouds today. 12 is your low, reaching a high of 24. The capital city, Pretoria, sunny times for you, 12 and 25, with Johannesburg coming in at 12 and 23. If you're out in Mahikeng in the northwest, 13, that's your low, peaking at 29 degrees. with sunny times out in Klerksdorp, 11, reaching a high of 28. Sun and clouds for Kimberley, 14 and 29, with Bloemfontein coming in at 9 and 26. Richards Bay, you'll start off at 17 today and you will end at 26 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, 13 and 28, the warmest place to be. That's Durban, 18 and 24. Those are your temperatures. Mthatha, you're coming in at a low of 9. You will peak at 32. East London, sun and clouds, 15 and 2019, with Craddock at 6, peaking at 33. Gqeberha, 13 and 29. George, 10 is your low, reaching a high of 26, with Cape Town at 14 and 20. Worcester, 8 and 27. Sutherland, 2, that's your low, reaching a high of 24. Last but not least, Uppington, your low is 12 and your high is 33. That's where we leave it for this morning.
We've been having a little bit, we've just been reminiscing now about like all the soap. I'd forgotten about some of the soaps that have existed, but there have been some amazing soapy characters throughout the history of soap opera. And of course, we put it to you this morning. Who is your favorite character, soapy character of all time? It is so difficult, but I'm so glad that so many people have tapped into local stars, like Ashni Haridal saying, Kumkani from Generations, The Legacy.
Yeah, Lahuto says Connie Ferguson and Little Tabella from Scandal. Yeah, big names for sure.
Connie. Noabisa, Connie Ferguson, Lausha Cooper. I've worked with Lausha for years.
You've worked with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. But she is so, so cool. Alpheus Machete saying Lucy Diale from Generations, SABC1 Soapy.
Pumzile says Susan in Movango, and then also Caroline saying Alison from Sweeney.
Alison Sweeney from Days, 100%. I think it's because back in the day, I've linked to, as a continuity presenter, probably 2,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives and Bold and the Beautiful, and then Isidingo. So like my natural proclivity is that.
Do you, I asked you this,
Barker Haynes.
Do you remember Passions, Timothy and Tabitha?
I don't.
It used to come on at like 3 o'clock.
Was that the one with the weird doll?
Yes!
Oh my God!
I'm just thinking of all these soapy characters. I'm like, yes, they were so much fun. Okay, seeing that you were so good at it, can you link to an ad break now?
You've just traumatized me now that I've remembered that doll. We're going to continue with a very feel-good kickstart today, more deliciousness. I'm just waiting for a doll to come out. We'll see you now. Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher weekly as we ask how you colour your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favourite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Then colour your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Well, G is still traumatized from Passion.
I'm too close to these bushes. This doll's going to come out any moment now.
Listen, we are also still finding inspiration from Instagram, or your favorite interior mags are great, but we got to explore the latest in design at the Parks Lifestyle Apartments in Rivendell, hosting this year's Home Deco Expo.
And it's a source of massive inspiration. And of course, Tubbs was on the scene to check out for himself and bring some of that to us.
I'm at the Parks Lifestyle Apartments in Riversands. It's taken many years of research that's culminated in an experience for residents and tenants who are looking for different things and find themselves at different stages of their lives. And they've compromised on nothing, bringing all of these ingredients together. Security, oh yes. Green living, say less. And of course, lifestyle activities that have not compromised on any of that. Come with me. I love absolutely everything about the Parks Lifestyle Apartments, but when I arrived at the clubhouse, I thought to myself, oh, this is what I want. This is what I love. The clubhouse really is a lifestyle experience unlike anything you've ever seen. If you were working from home, for example, you've got a restaurant there or a coffee space where you can really dock yourself and set yourself up. Hey, not mention the fact that you've got the pool right there. So if you were looking to just kick back and relax, that is the perfect spot for you to sort of do that from. And they've also got a whole training station, gym, otherwise known as, and I absolutely love everything about that.
I think the thing I love most about the parks is that it's been designed around Central Park in New York, which is what we try to bring here. So if you look at the development, right down the center of it is a park that takes you to the lifestyle center. And it just makes you feel like it's open, it's airy, it's spacious. You can go for a run, you can go for a walk, you can do a picnic, you can have a braai outside. Spaces inside are beautiful, but the main features are about being outdoors and just living your best life.
Instagram and your favorite interior magazines are great, but we got to live the latest in design as the Parks Lifestyle Apartments hosted this year's Home Deco Expo. As trailblazing deco talents dressed 10 apartments from head to toe in sheer inspiration. The public got to buy ready-made looks straight off the floor, and I was on the scene to make sure you missed none of it.
The event brings a lot of new faces to the development, which is exactly what we want. We truly believe that what we offer is world-class, and if people come here and they experience it, there's absolutely no ways that they wouldn't want to live with us.
The big idea was that deco served the daily reality of your family unit, whoever it's made up of. So each designer chose a bedroom configuration that represents a different idea of modern living.
We chose this 3-bedroom unit or apartment due to the fact that majority of the households in South Africa is 2.5 people that live in a space, meaning it is normally a father and a mother and a child, or it can be a single parent with a child or 2. My apartment that I've decorated consists out of a kid's bedroom, an office, a main bedroom, as well as a lounge, open planned dining area.
This is a 3-bedroom unit. It's for a family, and when you're designing for a family, there's things you need to consider. Does a family have a child or not? You need to consider the needs and requirements for a child, and also if the family has like an elderly person in the family, there's also needs and requirements around that.
I chose a 2-bedroom unit because I wanted to show people different and unique ways you can play with your space and not be boxed.
You know, with apartments, it's slightly smaller spaces, and I think that's why we picked the apartments this year, because everyone thinks you need to have a big, expensive home to live this glamorous life. And we've decided to rather bring that glam, Sex and the City vibe, you know, to the apartments. And if you look at the units that have been done, they are outstanding. There is not one that you couldn't move into.
What I really have enjoyed this year is seeing how designers are stretching themselves creatively. They're able to marry 2 completely different worlds together. You've got the natural world meeting the modern sort of hard textures, and seeing those 2 come together is such a beautiful thing.
What inspired my design is Instagrammable moment. I love going out, and I think for me, I wanted to create a space where you can be home and still be part of the world.
I was inspired by identity and belonging. What I've noticed is that most of the spaces we occupy usually have that American and European clinical feel, which is modern, and it lacks the true values of us South Africans, the being vibrant, being warm, and I tried to bring that into the space.
It's such a breath of fresh air just coming into something so different where you actually get to see what it looks like inside an apartment. I think that's so rare. I love that I'm even able to buy everything that I actually see inside, and so it just makes it so convenient, especially for someone like me that likes to find everything all in one space.
just one apartment that I saw that was very colorful. And for me, I'm the type of person to have a place feel like a home and look like a home than to have it look more modern. It's so incredible to see what like one can do with the place, you know?
It's really, really awesome. I was so impressed. Everyone did so well. I've actually been stealing ideas for my own place, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it was great for me.
What I would like to achieve from the Home Deco Expo for 2021 is to inspire people to actually see that you don't need a big house to have the comfort and the sophistication.
Short of taking an entire apartment home with you, it was as close as you can get to shopping for a complete lifestyle deco solution to suit any living arrangement. Certainly another hit year for Home Deco Expo.
Wow, I FOMO just looking at it.
I suddenly feel like I need to move. I don't need to move, but I'm thinking that I might need to move. But absolutely beautiful. The interior design, the element, the thought process behind that, the fact that you can live in this microcosm in that way, absolutely beautiful. Remember to get to the Home Deco Expo at the Parks Lifestyle Apartments in River Sands, and that's from the 24th to the 26th of September.
Yeah, and it's all for yourself now. We're off to our own kitchen for a recipe you do not want to miss.
I've already had a bite and it's
Did
amazing.
You? I'm going. Let me go.
It's so good.
I'm going.
Smell Heritage Day. You know what happens? We bring out all the best foods that remind us of our traditions and of our cultures. And my friend, who I'm going to be telling you all about, is here to tell us all about it. Because we know that South Africa is a rich melting pot of culture and heritage. And with this in mind, What's for Dinner's hashtag Loving Local campaign is really all about sharing proudly South African food that makes us us. You know, it just really just brings our essence to life. Now, from north to south and east to west, there is always something delicious to eat. You can never go wrong. And today we are sharing a special treat guaranteed, yes, guaranteed to satisfy your sweet tooth. And that's why I'm here. This traditional Afrikaans dessert is known as sousklakies and is literally a hug in a bowl. I got to taste it earlier and I'm ready to taste it again. Woo!
Let's do this.
You
did well there,
the big guns today. You are taking us back, eh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
So, sousklakies, it's like a little dumpling, but it's sweet. So,
because it did have a dumpling texture.
Yeah. So we're going to be using, you know, lovely flavors like cloves, cinnamon, always traditional cinnamon. We're going to spice it up a little bit with some sarnies, you know, just to give that little extra, you know. But it's just traditional. Basically a boiled dough that you then make a beautiful syrup and pour that over and share it.
You know, when you walked in and I saw you wearing this top, this jacket, this chef, what do you call it, chef?
Chef jacket.
Chef jacket.
Yeah.
I knew that you were onto something amazing. And you just explaining that, you're proving that you are onto something amazing. Let's get going.
Oh, no, the proof is in the pudding, huh?
Yeah,
so let's go.
I trust you already.
Right, so.
Okay, so what are you doing there?
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix my dry ingredients together. So we've got our flour. I'm going to add my salt. We've got some baking powder here.
Okay.
And then we need to get the butter in here. So we're going to rub the butter. So I'm just going to pop that in here.
What's your advice in terms of the butter? Must it be left at like room temperature and like almost sort of like melting? Must it be melted first? Is there a preference specific?
The thing is, you want to kind of rub it in. So you don't want to melt it because then it just incorporates too quickly.
Okay.
So you want to really just work it, rub it, rub it, rub it.
And you're doing that gently as you go.
Yeah.
You're really just massaging it into
exactly.
the process.
You are allowed to use your hands. If you are cooking for your family, and your family loves and trusts you.
And they like your hands. You
and
know?
they like your hands, you know?
Who just loves your hands. Yeah.
Well, that as well.
Yeah.
So,
so now,
rubbing that in.
Then you've got eggs.
Yeah.
The thing about eggs, right, that people get wrong when it comes to this sort of thing is like getting them out the fridge when they're really cold and just breaking them in there. My grandmother says that that's not the way.
No, eggs work best at room temperature.
I often see people getting it wrong all the time. And I always teach them, and I always say to them, you know, guys, that eggs They want room temperature.
I'm literally just adding all my wet ingredients in here now, and then going to work it through. Yeah, so you want eggs work best at, also if you make something like a meringue or something, it's best if it's at room temperature. The proteins just respond better. So, yeah.
So I've got some Robertson's cinnamon on here, which, I mean, most people should have in their cupboards. And I'm mixing it with our sugar. What am I exactly doing? What am I trying to create here?
You are creating deliciousness. That is all that I can say. So I must say, Robertson is also one of those, I feel like that's part of our heritage as well.
It's a heritage brand. That's why they're called a heritage brand. Yeah.
So this, we're now just going to work through until we get a nice dough-like consistency. I'm going to pop my water a little bit higher here.
Okay. Oh, this looks so good already. It's changed. It smells so good. Cinnamon, I love it. Nothing better than the smell of cinnamon when you walk into somebody's kitchen.
No, it's amazing.
Right?
Cinnamon, vanilla, you know. So, yeah. So this, we're now just going to work. So usually, traditionally, I would work this with my hand until I get something that looks a bit more like a dough.
This is how, if you were doing it the heritage way, it would
I'm going to swap it around now.
But Heritage Day must mean, you know, a lot for you as a chef, specifically because you communicate and you share a lot through food, right?
Yeah.
So tell me what it means.
For me, you know, heritage... Actually, I'm going to come back to this one quickly.
Okay.
So
you're allowed to change your mind. You're a chef.
I changed my mind. The reason is this has sat a little bit, so I just wanted to be a bit more of a relaxed consistency. For me, you know, heritage is about it's sharing food, it's sharing culture, it's sharing cross culture. Because I feel like so often we are so stuck in our own little bubbles, you know, and we go like, I don't know what you eat, and I don't know what you grew up with, and it's such a beautiful thing if we get to share that.
And there's so much beauty in that exchange, right? That cultural exchange, and getting to know what makes the next person vibrate.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm going to steal a bit of my water this side, add that on there.
So, I mean, you've made so many dishes and you've explored so many of our heritage and traditional South African, I suppose, cuisine.
Yeah.
You must have some standout dishes and experiences.
So for me, you know, some of the things coming from my grandma.
Yeah.
Sousklakies definitely is one of them. Sunday with the family, sousklakies, roly-poly, those kind of things.
Yep, it definitely is a Sunday thing, yeah?
Yep. And then...
And outside of your own sort of culture or cultural sort of environment, have you tried any other sort of cultural foods? I mean,
I've tried
like
many things.
Chicken feet. Is that like a favorite of yours?
I have tried chicken feet. I don't like it that much, I must be honest.
Tripe?
But I've tried tripe many times, but I don't eat tripe anywhere. I only eat it if I know it's cleaned properly.
Okay, and it was made by the hands of a loved one of yours?
Exactly. Usually, I would only eat my grandma's. But my grandma is no longer with us.
Your grandmother's hands, and that's just
grandma's hands.
I think for me, it certainly is. I mean, I've been lucky enough to explore and experience, you know, cultural and traditional foods from across all cultures. You know, there's Bapedi people, for example.
Yeah.
Moroho wa gushe, which is the slimy sort of like spinach.
Yeah.
That's a standout for me. I grew up on that and I love it so much.
I have not tasted that. I have not tried it.
It is absolutely lovely. So when are you going to introduce my stuff? Because I feel like
I'm going to introduce it now. No. So, but step by step, my darling.
Okay, because now I'm getting excited to get to
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
All right, so what we did now is we pop the dumplings. You can cornel it a bit nicer to make it, you know, a bit more firm if you want, nice. You can just plonk it in there, depends how you want it. Into the pot until it's nice and fluffy, you know, and then we're going to take it out and pop on the other side.
And then, of course, this would just go on top of it like that. I mean, it's already done. I'm just going to put it on there just to sprinkle some love on it. In fact, we've made this super easy. Of course, it's an inspiring recipe we've just created here. And we want you to be inspired to create something so, so beautiful for Heritage Day tomorrow. And if you want this recipe, go on to whatsfordinner.co.za. In fact, it's such a fantastic platform. I love what Robertson's done with that, is that on any given day, you can just hoy on there, and literally you will find tons of inspiration for things to make for dinner, because we run out of ideas all the time.
cross-cultural as well.
Cross-cultural. I love this. I'm going to actually just
before you have a taste, add a tiny touch of butter there. You know,
Okay.
when in doubt, butter it out. Always add the richness. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you this. You stand a chance to win big. You stand a chance to win a Yappy Chef voucher to the value of 20,000 Rand. It's a big prize. What you need to do to enter is simply go on to whatsfordinner.co.za/loving-local/ and sign up. It's as easy and as simple as that. The competition will close at midnight on Thursday, the 30th of September, and you can find all those T's and C's on whatsfordinner.co.za. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let me know.
I like that it's so juicy.
So sklaky.
Hey, so sklaky.
So sklaky. It must be saucy. You like that?
I usually would say, oh yes, but for this one I'm saying, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Nice.
Live the latest interior design as the Parks Lifestyle Apartments in Riversands host this year's Home Deco Expo. With 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments fully decorated by 10 top interior deco talents, you can buy complete looks, individual pieces or copy signature designs. And with entrance free on open day, get to the Parks Lifestyle Apartments just off William Nicol in Fourways for Home Deco Expo, 18th to 19th September and the 24th to the 26th of September.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sinege no musagu yisintu setubo.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, we've got the Nick Hammond and the 5 Drive team connecting with us all the way from Beaufort West to give us an update on their last week on their Heritage Tour. Nick Hammond, good morning. How's it doing? How's it, guys, that side? Hello.
Hi, how are you? Morning. Greetings from a hostel today in Beaufort West.
Nick, you know, you were on the show. Yeah, so chill, like it ain't a thing. But you were on the show just 2 days ago. You've done a lot of traveling, my friend. What have you been up to? Like, give us an update.
Yeah, well, firstly, thank you so much for having us. It was really great to actually be in Cape Town and come through to the studios. It's been a whirlwind of a tour, and I can't believe that slowly it's coming to an end. We've been covering so many different parts of South Africa, all of which have either already been or are going to be on the show over the next couple of days, including all over the Eastern Cape, which we haven't got a chance to showcase anything of yet, as well as Sinsa, which when I was a kid just out of school, I did my first ever road trip to and back from. So it was quite a special experience to end up in that part of the world, which we're going to tell you all about today.
I'm actually so sad it's coming to an end because we've been loving following the journey. Nadia, I believe it is your first time visiting Sinsa. What can you tell us about your experience?
It was so beautiful. I would love to go back. I can't wait. It's just absolutely green. It's part of the Wild Coast, and you can, like, from where we were, the place we stayed was absolutely stunning, and you could see the ocean and just this vast landscape of beach and sea and greenery. I recommend it very highly.
It's so beautiful. And Nadia, I miss you in the kitchen, by the way. But Jude, tell me this, okay? It's been a long time on the road. I mean, you must be so fatigued of it. But how are you guys still finding the energy to keep going?
Well, to be honest, I don't know how we do it. I can tell you that some of the members on the team do consume copious amounts of energy drinks. But otherwise, I feel like the stories that we capture, we just want to discover more stories and share more stories and encourage South Africans to travel the country. It's a beautiful place with beautiful stories, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah, you're right. It is absolutely so beautiful. Bibi, I have to bring you in here, girl. Tomorrow is actually Heritage Day. It is Bride Day. It is a public holiday. Can't wait. What do you guys have planned?
We have so many cool things happening on Heritage Day. First of all, we're going to be in Bloemfontein, the city of roses, and in the morning we're going on a 4x4 trail. It's just going to keep our energy up and going, and then later on Friday we're doing what all South Africans do, and that is having a braai. I'm so excited to have some chakalaka boerewors and all braai staples.
Oh, Queen Nom. That's all I'm going to say to you. Okay, so team, it's been fantastic. We're so jealous, and we're living really vicariously through your experiences. It's been so amazing connecting with you guys. Please keep it safe on the road, okay, and enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I love
Uncle
that.
Tabs, I can't take you on a heritage tour, but I can make you tea, so you can put in your sugar. Just so that I already put mine in, so...
Nice, thank you very much.
This is my contribution to Heritage Day tomorrow for you, okay?
Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Tea is my heritage.
True.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Serve the tea.
Spilling the tea. Of course, that was the 5 Drive team celebrating South Africa's hidden gems through their annual tour. You, of course, can listen in on their adventures on 5FM, which is weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy it. Maybe grab yourself a cup of tea and listen to them because they are phenomenal.
Put it here.
Put it there. Cheers. Nom.
All right, we are back on our Expresso stage with singer and songwriter and all-round just wonderful human being, Lungi Naidu, and she's delivering us a song from her brand new EP titled Courage that embraces the African spirit of fortitude and triumph over adversity. Perfect, I think, heading into our Heritage Day celebrations tomorrow, so kick your shoes off with this one. Here she is with the track Azania.
Oh, Azania, yeah. Oh, yeah, Azania. Someday we might rule a nation. We all need some motivation. It might be hard, but with some patience, we can make this world much better. Hey, Samba, Dudu, Zambe, Zulu, Azania, we will never fade. Samba, Dudu, Zambe, Zulu, Azania, we will never fade. 'Cause every day
Oh, welcome back, you beautiful people. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live here on S3. Now, here's the thing. If you're looking to refresh a room in the house and maybe that room is in need of a fresh coat of paint, then this handy video was prepared just for you. Our handyman and lady, Rael and Jamie, they show us exactly how it's done. It's inspiring. Check this out.
It is that time of the week where we bring you the top tips and tricks on how to paint with Plascon DIY.
Yeah, so maybe you are planning on painting your living room or maybe even getting that second bedroom ready for the little one on the way. No matter what, we're here to get you fully prepped to get your paint on.
First things first, you need to cover up because you don't want to use any of those fancy clothes when you are painting. So let's get a cover up. And now we are dressed the part.
Wardrobe check. Now, if you are going to be working on any sanding of surfaces, then you definitely want to grab yourself a mask.
What you're also going to need is some stirring sticks. So all paint except enamel will need to be stirred just for some color consistency and for the coating.
Well, that looks very mixed up and good to go. And now, secondly, you want to make sure that you grab yourself some sandpapers.
And of course, if you are a shorty like me, you might need a step ladder for all those hard-to-reach areas.
Yeah, now next on our list is painter's tape.
And if you are messy, don't worry, I have you covered. Plastic drop cloth to protect your floor and your furniture as well.
Now, on top of that, you definitely want to make sure that your surface is clean from any dust or other residue before you get your paint on. So it's perfect to get the Polysal sugar soap, and that'll sort it all out for you.
Yeah, and also Polysal polyfiller to help fill in any cracks or defects that your room might have.
You're going to need a paint tray. Now, it's perfect to hold small amounts of paint as you're working through your process. Yeah, on top of that, you want to get yourself a flat paintbrush.
And then my best friend coming through again, a painter roll frame. So let's make sure that you can get all those hard-to-reach areas. If you are short like me, you'll use this for the majority of the painting as well. And finally, the best part, the paint of your choice. What are we going with?
We're going for this one right here. This is the Double Velvet Pure Ibiza Bay. You ready for it?
Sounds sexy.
Let's get our paint on. So first up, remove any furniture from the room or place it in the center away from the walls, and then cover it in plastic or any old sheets.
What you want to do is put down drop cloth to avoid paint spills and spatters on the floor.
Now, you also want to make sure your surfaces are clean, dry and firm, and also free from dust, oil or grease. Now, if there are any loose or flaking paint, you may want to remove this by sanding it gently and then rinsing it with your Polysal sugar soap. And don't forget to allow some time to dry.
Next up, fill in any defects with Polysal polyfiller if necessary and allow to dry.
Next on our list is painter's tape. Perfect to tape off any corners or work on any borders that you are taping to. So now that we've got our surface all prepped, it's time to get our paint on. And we start off with the Plascon Plaster Primer, and it's the perfect adhesive between our surface and the coat of paint that we're applying. You want to spot prime any bare areas with your Plascon Plaster Primer and of course allow to dry. Now for bare cement walls, apply one coat of Plascon Plaster Primer evenly across the entire wall, allow to dry overnight.
What you're going to do next is apply one coat of Plascon Universal Undercoat. Now this acts as a sandwich to keep the primer and the coat all together.
And finally, apply a minimum of 2 coats of paint in even layers, with 2 hours of drying time between each coat. All right, and then next up, of course, we've got cutting in, which is used to paint the borders around your taped off area.
And there you have it, a beautiful room for you to enjoy.
That's it. I want to get my walls painted. That's it. That is exactly what my walls need. Deco DIY? Check. It's done. Let's head into the kitchen for a culinary DIY.
I am the new DIY girl, but I don't know what why are you hiding behind there? What are you doing?
There we go. I need a hot griddle, girl. I need a hot griddle,
I was
man.
like, are you hiding because you saw that I'm the new DIY girl and now you're
I thought that
ashamed?
freaky doll was going to come out and chase me again. I can't believe you reminded me. I think I'd honestly blocked that out in for my own mental health. But you've reminded me. But lest we forget, tomorrow we are going to be braaiing because it is Heritage Day. We absolutely love the fact that we get to explore our culture through food, and we've been doing that all throughout this week, and it's been wonderful. Now, with a big, heavy, meaty braai, you need a dessert that's going to be fresh, that's going to cut through all of that.
Yes, and of course you can get more use of your braai with our easy grilled stone fruit served with fruits of the forest, because who says you can't braai desserts? No one said that. No one ever said that. Well, G is going to show us how to level up because he was hiding for a second and now he's got the griddle ready.
It might seem like there's a lot going on here, but teamwork, we'll get, as Bri has to have, teamwork makes the dream work. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, we've got our beautiful stone fruit there, and we mean stone fruit by i.e. it's got a hard pip in the middle, which is the stone.
Yeah.
So you've got, I think they're beautiful little nectarines, or you could use plums, peach, any stone fruit. Just brush some of that oil over the open side, the cut side, because that's what I'm going to be grilling. And of course, what we're going to do with that then is you're going to get the beautiful smokiness, but it's going to open, it's going to kind of caramelize the sugars in that beautiful stone fruit. Thank you so much, my dear.
Actually, never thought of this, but you could use like apricots, you could use peaches.
Because what I like about these is, obviously, they've got a nice... listen to that sound.
Sizzle.
Okay, my tongue work. I need to practice my tongue work clearly ahead of Bride, otherwise I'm going to come short.
Are you frying tomorrow?
No, we're actually heading away. We are going to the beach.
Oh, yes.
To Arniston for a couple of days, just to get away. But we will braai once we get there, I have no doubt. So,
for sure there's
yes,
going to
it
be
will
a
happen. Okay, so I'm going to let those guys get nice and smoky, and they've got quite a hard consistency, so they can take it. They can take the grill, they can take the braai. So what I'm going to do next is whip up our delicious sauce, and I'm going to get that guy going.
He's hiding again in South Africa.
I'm going to hide away. There we go. Don't want that too high, about a medium heat. So what I've got here, our honey, because you want a little bit of sweetness. And then something we've used quite a lot this week with sweet things, which you might not normally associate, thyme. It's so fragrant, and it adds such a depth of flavor to this kind of dessert. And then we've got some balsamic. And if you've got yourself a really fancy smancy balsamic reduction, use it, because we want the sweetness, I think, is ultimately. So I'm going to let that
But even
infuse.
that what you're making right now, I'd put that over steak. I'd put that over anything, balsamic, thyme, honey.
A steak lends itself to that kind of sweet, savory mix there. And then finally, I'm going to hide away one more time.
Oh, you are multitasking. This is going to be you tomorrow. I'm going to be so proud.
This is what you've got to do on the braai, girl.
And then see you do all of this.
And we've got some beautiful almonds, which we're going to toast up. And then what I'm going to ask you to do, sweet girl, I think you've got all of the ingredients that you need there, bar the toasted nuts, is to compile. So we've got our beautiful fruits of the forest. I think we've gone for the cereal mix here. Love fruits of the forest because it's got a lot of fruity content in there already. Have you got a spoon? Cool.
I do. I want to ask you, how would you like me to plate it?
It's up to you, girl.
Chef?
You're putting the dessert together. You can make it look as smanchy, fancy as you want. I think because we've got these beautiful griddle marks on the stone fruit, you don't want to hide that away. Oh, that's looking beautiful. I'll give them a little bit longer. But you really do want that smokiness to come through, I think. So let it kind of really, you want it to smoke on that grill. Whether you're doing it on a griddle pan or you're doing it over the braai, let it smoke. Let those kind of smoky flavors infuse. And then you've got...
Cute. No, wait, I'm just trying to make it look cute.
Good. And you can see that reduction. It's become quite icky and sticky there, which is exactly what you want. You want it to be nice and syrupy.
You know what I'm thinking of? Is that it has to be like hot as well. It has to be fresh off the grill, because the warmth of the fruit mixed with the coolingness of the dairy snack, it's going to be amazing.
Take those guys off, and then you can finish it off. Just be careful, this is quite hot. Could probably toasted these through a little bit longer, but there is your handle. Grab that and finish off with some beautiful toasted almonds, because I think for something like this, texture is also important. So having the crunch of the toasted almonds is going to be a win there as well. And you'll see these stone fruit, they can stand up to it. They've got a bit of backbone. Oh, the smell of that balsamic vinegar reducing, absolutely spectacular. Those look amazing.
Guess what? I'm adding chef to my CV right now.
You can.
Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. And this is so easy.
Beautiful, man. That looks spectacular. Well done.
And of course, our hero of the dish was the fruits of the forest dairy snack. It has a creamier taste with bigger fruit pieces, and it's filled with so much nutrition, goodness that you need for yourself, but also make full use of your braai and explore with the stone fruit that are coming into season. So whether that be peaches, you can do apricots, go crazy, go wild. Summer is here. You could also add more textures, like we used, obviously, the coconut flakes, but you could use sunflower seeds, almond flakes. Again, go crazy, go wild.
Have fun. Okay. The braai master. I'll call myself the braai master for this one. Okay. Gets to choose who eats first, and you get to choose.
Can I use this spoon?
Go for it. Oh, there's a fresh spoon there. Go for it. Go. It's yours. Go and chow down. Let us know. on this one, it really is up to you. This is a great basis point. And, you know, I was being serious about that. You want to, when you're eating a lot of meat, you want something that's going to help to cut through that. So having the acidity of this fruit with the lightness of the fruits of the forest dairy snack, it's going to be a beautiful counterbalance to a heavy kind of meaty meal. Hey?
Perfect. I've never tasted anything better.
Really?
In a long time. The coconut flakes, it's true. The coconut flakes also complement it perfectly. The creaminess again of the dairy snack. The fruit, I don't know why I'm talking with food in my mouth.
No,
so good.
Absolutely beautiful. And I think this is a great counterbalance for Braai Day. So for your Heritage Day celebrations tomorrow, think about something fresh and fruity and do the dessert on the braai. Why not? You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. Try it out.
I'm gonna get some more.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real tastes.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Just a few minutes of your Feel Good coming into your living room. Oh yes, the performance we've been waiting for. It's been such a truly uplifting morning. We've been blessed, right, with the talents of singer and songwriter Lungi Naidu. Now, she's got a final performance on standby, which she's about to do right now. Definitely, this one is going to put a spring in your step. Here she is with Feel Good. Lungi,
Thank you.
Take my feet, hold it down. I keep my feet on the ground. So let me see it come to fruition. Take a look at me now. I've been in and I've been out. Yeah, I'm gunning for the crown. You didn't then, but now you listen. I must like another round. Wherever I go, no matter how low, I always got the most high place in my flow. In every battle, I win the fight though, and this is a revival. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Thank God for the rhythm and the dance and the power in my stance. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Give praise in abundance. God's plan can be undone. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. All my queens that matter. Pray our dreams don't shatter. Work and do what you gotta do. Aye, 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 aye. Shine in all your glory. Rise up and tell your story. Let them know we are beautiful. Aye, 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 aye. No matter how long, I always got a most high blessing my flow. In every battle, I win the fight though. And this is a revival. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Thank God for the rhythm and the dance and the power in our stance. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Give praise in abundance. God's plan can be undone. We thank God for the clothes on my back and the money in the bank. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good, I feel good, aye. Me thank God, aye. Very, yeah, aye. Me thank God.
Oh yes, Queen. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. what a vibey song.
Take a bow, do a curtsy, whatever that beautiful
Thank
dress
you.
allows. You
Thank
are
you.
a superstar. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you
talent
for
with
having
us.
me.
I understand why the world is taking notice of this young phenom. She is amazing.
Connecting with her music. Ah, what
I
a
always
talent,
say
what a
this.
day.
Let's just say her name again, Lungi Naidu.
Naidu.
Remember, she made an exclusive year on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Yeah.
When she blows up,
Yeah.
We're there.
we were there.
And she's
we
on
were
that
jamming
trajectory.
to Feel Good, I feel good, I feel good.
Absolutely amazing show, amazing week. We've had such amazing performances this whole week. What a joy it is to have this job. And of course, we get to do it all over again tomorrow morning on one of the most important days of the year for us as a country. An opportunity for us to delve into our heritage, celebrate our culture, and of course, have a little braai.
Yeah, we're going to have a braai. I'm going to Robertson right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I won't see you guys. I'll see you guys back here on Monday. But have a good weekend,
I didn't see your
everybody.
leave form, my love.
My friend, I will go find it.
We love you. Adios.
Here's to the season of sunny breakfasts, healthy lunch breaks in the great outdoors, and romantic sunset dinners. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
No, wait, I just have to do this link quickly. Come, G. G, you have to stand with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's River Sands. It's River Sands.
The croissant.
Croissant, so.
Do you want me to do it alone or with G?
Soon you're going to fit those.
Okay, cool. We are finding inspiration from River Sands. That song, dong dong dong.
Not going to sing, eh? He's God now.
This message for the SABC, can I say no?
What?
I'm saucing.
Probably not.
Probably not. Do I need to do it on my phone or must I do it in studio?
We just did it on camera, quick sticks.
Okay.
Are you an anti-vaxxer?
I'm an anti-vaxxer. Quiet, everybody.
Oh, but this is the one you fucked up. Is that why we're doing this again?
Well, we are still finding inspiration from Instagram, or your favorite interior mags are great, but we got to explore the latest in design at the Park's Lifestyle Apartments in River Sands, and it is hosting this year's Home Deco Expo.
And of course, a lucky man that he is, Tabiso was there to get that inspiration firsthand and of course bring it to us. Take a look.
River Sands. Guys, I'm so sorry about that.